Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to the Doomlink's Live Hunt series. I'm a little bit at a loss as to what I'm going to be doing in this recording. I suppose it's rather obvious, I'll just be hunting random stuff, but I feel a little bit out of sorts for the reason that I was actually intending on recording 3 Ultimate today. But then I got everything set up, and I went online in 3 Ultimate, and there was no one to play with. There were 7 people online, all of those people were in rooms that were full. Some little dickhead thought it would be a great idea to have a room that was limited to 2 people. In a game where it's very common to get less than 10 people in the world playing it at any given time. Go fuck yourself. Anyway. I don't know why you're so desperate to play privately, I mean... Anyway. Is your experience really going to be affected by having me in the room? Maybe it would be, I don't know. Everyone has their own thing, I suppose, but... I mean, normally people having limited room numbers wouldn't be an issue for me, but when there's basically no one playing the fucking game, I'd like to have someone to play with, if you wouldn't mind. But anyway, here I am in Generations Ultimate, my second best option when it comes to, or at least as far as how I feel today. I felt like doing 3 Ultimate, but for me this is my second best option, so let's go ahead with that. We'll hunt things, I don't know what. Whatever anyone's hunting, I suppose. The quality of what I hunt here is only as good as whatever everyone else is hunting, because I'm sure there are certain monsters that I rarely hunt in this series for the reason that you don't really see them pop up. I'm not going to select my own quest, I'm going to let someone else pick a quest that they need done, and again, there are certain monsters that people just don't need killed, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting my chat up and we will begin the random hunting experience, I suppose. I don't sound incredibly enthused, do I? And again, the reason is that I wanted to play 3 Ultimate today. But whatever. You can't have everything in life, can you? Can't have everything. I will become increasingly enthused as I, hopefully, become entertained by the experience of playing the game. Again, I am getting close to Hunter Rank 700 in this game. Kind of looking forward to that. As far as Hunter Rank numbers are concerned, I am in uncharted territory for me, because my highest Hunter Rank before this game was 568, and that was in Try. And the thing is, across the games, it doesn't really mean anything to say, oh, I'm a higher Hunter Rank in, say, Generations Ultimate as compared to 3 Ultimate or Try. Because it takes a different amount of time to get to that point, usually. In the case of Try, that was the first game that actually had Hunter Ranks as we know them today. Before that, the Hunter Rank was purely designed to show you what level of quests you were doing, and then you would reach a maximum. In Freedom Unite, which was the second last game to have it that way, Portable Third still had it as that. Well, in Portable Third, from memory, the highest Hunter Rank was Hunter Rank 6, because that was a high rank game, but in Freedom Unite, the highest Hunter Rank was Hunter Rank 9. That would be your last quests in G rank, so that would be your max. Try did it very strangely, because what they decided to do, for some reason, was not... So 3 Ultimate was the first game that made it so that they had both the old Hunter Rank system and the new Hunter Rank system together. Try did something completely different. They had this weird thing where you would progress through many Hunter Ranks in the same quest level. So, I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was something like Hunter Rank 32 for high rank quests, like the beginning of high rank, and then you'd have the next tier of high rank, which was like 46 or something like that. I can't remember. I remember the final tier of high rank was Hunter Rank 51 or something like that. So there was no real... I'm assuming that there was no real Hunter Rank break, so to speak, because you were always progressing through the Hunter Ranks. You just had the only time that... No, I suppose there was a break, wasn't there? Unless you had finished the quests, you couldn't continue ranking up. It's hard to remember now. It was a while ago, but it was a strange system. And I didn't really understand it at first when they brought it in, but... Well, I guess I understood it, but I didn't understand why they were doing it. But then when you could actually... Because of course you were like Hunter Rank, say, 32, and then there was someone walking around at Hunter Rank 120, and you're like, shit, how many quests are there in this game? Of course, there were not that many quests. So that was the confusing part initially for me. Doomlink, where you play games you hate. Yes, I could do that. Well, to be honest, I already do play some games that I hate, so there you go. Now, unfortunately, the games that I hate are games that other people enjoy, so if I were to make a channel dedicated to playing games that I hated, I think there'd be a lot of anger from the audience. I think a lot of people would not appreciate it. Because when people watch gameplay of the game that they like, really, really like, the last thing they want is to have some guy sitting there ripping it a new one, or perhaps not even ripping it a new one, just saying, wow, I hate this, wow, I hate that, without really giving incredible explanations as to why one feels that way, although I usually do try to do that. Gendrome Roadblock, what the fuck is this quest? You see, it's really funny, a lot of people are talking about Rise directly compared to World. I don't look at it that way. So, my meaning is, when something is in Rise that is different to World, they say it's changed or it's been brought back. I don't even look at it in those terms. For me, the game we should be comparing to Rise is this game here, and then anything that's based on World, we say they brought that from World. I don't look at it in those terms, and I suppose it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, does it? Because it's just a different way of saying it, but in my mind, it's not... Like, for example, Potato has said, Rise will apparently only have 4 players rather than 16. The way that works in my mind is... So it'll be an ordinary Hunter's Hub, you know. Because that's how it's always been. There's only one game where that wasn't the case. No, technically there was first generation Monster Hunter, which had large gatherings, but again, only 4 people could go on a quest. But, you know, it's been established that this is how things are, so it seems strange to compare to World. I understand why people compare to World, but for me, I guess nothing that was present in World in my mind was going to be the way forward. This Monster Hunter Rise game was going to be the game that would say, hey, this is what's staying, this is what's going, or maybe that's not even the case, because I look at it in the same way that I looked at Portable Third. Because Portable Third brought things from 2nd gen that weren't in 3rd gen in Tri, and sort of amalgamated it, but I'm not paying attention to any of these rooms. Chameleos? Yeah, sure. I don't care at this point. But yeah, Rise obviously does take more aspects of traditional Monster Hunter on board. Are they taking enough aspects on board? I don't know. From what I can guess, there is no SOS system, so that's a good thing, and I mentioned this before. The SOS system was one of the reasons why World was such a non-Monster Hunter game. It didn't even feel like a Monster Hunter game, because the whole idea is that you interact with hunters in a group scenario. Whereas the SOS system, your communication and interaction with the players is so limited. You enter there only for the hunt and then you disappear never to see them again. Of course there was the option to play a little differently to that in World, but no one really took that option because it wasn't the instant gratification option. And because that was not the option that everyone wanted to choose, if you wanted to choose that option, you really wouldn't get anywhere near the same sort of gameplay experience that you would get in the older Monster Hunter games. So basically it was the SOS system or go home, unless you were playing with friends. So that was basically the situation. And I hated it. There will be something like an SOS system, but it will be different. My hope is that, well, because the thing is with the SOS system, it completely replaced the need to have a Hunter's Hub. Whereas this new SOS system might be different in that there are certain things that you can't do in the new system that will incentivize, not just incentivize, but necessitate the use of Hunter's Hubs as we know them from the old games. What the fuck am I doing? Spread, yeah. Queen's Rhapsody, here we go. Excellent. I feel like I've been so far removed mentally from the game that I'm playing. But yeah, of course, any time that I'm recording this game I suppose it's an opportunity to talk about Rise. There has been some new information about Rise that has been released, and I haven't really been paying attention to it. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I want to limit my impressions until such time that I'm playing the demo, because it bothers me a lot. I have a lot more riding on this than your average Monster Hunter player, because your average Monster Hunter player enjoyed World. I fucking didn't. So I'm really afraid that it's not going to be something that I enjoy at all. So I'm just sitting here going, shit, I'm never going to know until I play it, so let's just wait until I can play the demo. And the demo is not necessarily going to be the absolute indicator as to how I'm going to feel about the game, but it's going to be about 90% of the way there. That's going to tell me pretty clearly how I feel about it, I think. But that remaining 10% can actually be the margin through which a game that I'm not really enjoying can be a game that I am willing to play and put a lot of time into. So we will have to see what happens with that. I know there are a lot of people soaking up as much information as they can, but for me, you just don't know until you're playing the game. And again, the reason why it's a different situation for me is that I have more riding on it, so there's more of a dichotomy going on in my mind at the moment, as compared to your average person. I've got no idea when the demo will come, but apparently there's going to be some new information coming out soon about Rise, and we are hopeful that there will be some demo release date information. My guess would be it probably won't come out any sooner than 3 months before the game releases. I would say 3 months would be the comfortable number of months before the actual full game comes out. So therefore, maybe December of this year, maybe. I would doubt it though. I would guess January would be the greater chance. I'm only going based on the release of the demo for this game, and also the beta for World, I believe. The beta for World came out in January, I think it was something like January 15th, 2018. I think the first beta for World was early December of 2017. Could have actually been November at some time as well. I can't quite remember. I wasn't actually present for the first beta of World for the reason that I didn't even own a PS4. I bought a PS4 to play the third and final beta of World, and then got the full game. So that would have, I think the first beta was, the third beta I think was very early January. Pre-January 10th. It was maybe a week and a half before the full game came out. But, yeah. I would say there's a higher chance of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate's demo release date being more of something to go on for the reason that Rise will be coming on the same system. So, we'll see what happens. Which is my catchphrase, we'll see what happens. We will, indeed. That's why I try not to worry about it too much. Because eventually, the calendar will roll on, and next thing you know, the game will be out. And I haven't actually pre-ordered it yet. I suppose one of the reasons why is because I don't really have the disposable income to spend that kind of money on something that I don't even have yet. Of course, pre-orders are generally for people who want to feel better about the game taking a while to release from the date that they want to pre-order it. The idea being, once they've put money down for it, it feels like they own it. So they feel a little better about it. But weird way to explain that. But yeah, just it feels like they've begun the ownership process. The release is more tangible that way. Just helps them cope with the amount of time they have to wait. And of course, a lot of people are struggling to wait the length of time necessary for this game to come out, and I'm not at all. I just switch off to it, you know. And then next thing you know, the game will be out. It will be interesting to see what the player numbers will be like. I'm guessing that I don't think it will sell any systems. It might. Well, of course it will sell systems, but what I mean to say is that will it noticeably sell systems? Will a lot of people buy a Switch for it? My guess is no. Because I think the mainstream gamers are a bit too... yeah, they're not willing to just buy a console for a game. Even though there are so many games you could play on Switch that you can't play on anything else. But, well, I wasn't expecting him to catch me on that angle. I thought that I had cleared his neck. You know, there's a certain distance that you need to be away from him to miss that, and I thought that I had positioned myself appropriately. I had not in actual fact. What are the chances of a Monster Hunter Remastered collection for the first 4 mainline games? I would say very low, for the reason that every single iteration in the series has incorporated so much from each previous generation that I don't think there is a reason to have a remaster of a game full of monsters that everyone's fought before. It's not necessary. Yes, you have different locations to go to, but I think the locations are meant to be unique to that particular game, in such a way as to make it kind of pointless. So, like, that's just... There's no reason for there to be a remaster, I just don't see it. Because if every single generation of Monster Hunter were so different from one another that it would be worthwhile, yeah, it might happen. There would be a fairly good chance that it would happen, based on the current gaming climate where instead of make something new, we just remaster something that is tried and true. But thing is, I don't see that with the Monster Hunter series. I don't see that at all, because there's not enough that makes it different. And then as well as that, when you remaster something, you may possibly strip it of the differences that made it something that you would want to play instead of something else. And then you've got balancing aspects too. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work for the Monster Hunter series. I do not think it will happen, and if it does happen, it will be extremely bizarre, and I will have no idea how Capcom will play that out. Would I like a remaster of 4 Ultimate? Yes. But there are so many similarities between 4 Ultimate and Generations Ultimate, not a huge number, but enough, that I don't think that's possible. I don't think that would be worthwhile for them to do. And I don't think it would be worthwhile for a lot of people to go out and buy it. But I could be wrong. I just think remasters have their place for certain game series, and the Monster Hunter series is not one of them. I don't mind that Capcom didn't do Lock-Lack again, because it makes Lock-Lack more special. Definitely makes the... I guess when I reminisce about triads of Lock-Lack, and Lock-Lack didn't appear anywhere else, so it makes it more special. Because part of me doesn't want to return to Lock-Lack. I love Lock-Lack so much, I really do, but I'm worried that a certain nostalgia factor will be lost. A certain beauty in the memory of, you know, just remembering all the things that I used to do in Lock-Lack, and then you go back there and you're just slightly less special after that. Slightly less. It's just a weird thought, but... For me, the closest thing that you will ever get to a remaster of old Monster Hunter games is a game like Generations Ultimate that incorporates lots of villages from other games, and sort of brings it into one. I think that's the closest they will ever get to remastering old games, because it's already a series that brings so much from other games into the new generations, so... And I believe that this was intended to be the last game where they really did something like that, so yeah, chances of a remaster, nothing, in my opinion. Not happening, unless Capcom gets desperate for money. That's a completely different situation, but with the current success of World, and most likely the imminent success of Monster Hunter Rise, I don't think they will ever be hard for money anytime soon. I'll be an old man by the time Capcom is hard for money. And quite frankly, I do not support the idea of fighting the same fucking monsters for 20 years. I don't support that. Sorry. I understand that it's fine for the people who don't really go back and play the older games, but I do. I do go back and play the old games, and then hey, I don't need to fight the same fucking monster in each new generation to see how it's changed. I don't fucking need that. Make new monsters, goddammit. They don't have to be completely different from the old ones. They can be sort of like equivalents. You can say, okay, this one's like Gypceros, this one's like Kutku. That's kind of what the fuck is going on with me today? Wake up, Doomlink. Anyway, and you sort of had that in 3rd generation. They seem to get it right in 3rd generation. Kutku's equivalent was Kurapeko, for instance. And all of that sort of thing. So, really, it makes me wonder why people seem to... I think Capcom wants to create new monsters, I really do. And then a game like World comes out, and all those snot-nosed fucking Monster Hunter veterans say, I want to fight this monster, I want to fight that monster. Hey, guess what, champ? You can go get yourself 4 Ultimate and fight that fucking monster, asshole. I want to fight something new, because I played 4 Ultimate enough, and I return to it frequently, because I enjoy that game. But if I'm going to play a new Monster Hunter game, I want to fight new monsters. It was fine for 3 generations. 4 generations? Starting to get a little boring. By the 5th generation, I'm fucking done. I want something new, please. Now, you would probably think that based on my opinions of Monster Hunter, the less change, the better. But in terms of monsters, that's something that needs to change. Why is it that the shit that probably doesn't need to change is changing, and then the stuff that really does need to change, like the monsters you fight, just stays the fucking same? What's that? I hate that. And again, I can't really blame Capcom because that's what fans are asking for. There's a good chance that Capcom wants to make new monsters, and they do make new monsters, but I'm sick of seeing the same fucking ones returning, and I understand the logic. You have a new engine, a new way of playing Monster Hunter. You want to introduce the old monsters into that system, give them new life. Fuck that. Their life was the older games. And in my opinion, it's the wish of people who don't really go back and play the older games to bring them into the new games. I don't want to see Naga Kuga in World. I don't want to see Barrelth. I don't want to see Tigrex. I don't want to see any of them. Fuck them. I've fought them more times than half of these people have shat in their lifetimes. So, I'm done. Thank you. I don't want to fight Lao Shanlong in Generations Ultimate. Why would I want to start with? I just don't understand it. I mean, maybe, you know, you just have an opinion, Doomlink, and not everyone shares your opinion. Well, that's true. That's definitely true, but fuck me dead. Monster Hunter is never going to properly evolve if you keep stunting it by having them bring out the same fucking monsters over and over and over and over and over again. I'm assuming it was mostly, you know, Generations and 4 Ultimate players who were asking to have certain monsters return. Which is why I don't sit here saying, oh, I wish Kurapeko was in this game, I wish Goebel was in this game. I don't. I can go back and play the older games and fight them. I enjoy that. In fact, there's more to gain out of playing the older games when there are monsters in those games that you can't fight in the newer ones. So really all they're doing is making it harder for people like me to go back and enjoy those games. I mean, it doesn't actually affect anything. I still very much enjoy the experience of playing those older games. But it's a lot more fun when you can fight monsters that are not present in the more recent games. For example, I love fighting monsters like Copper Blangonga and other such subspecies that you just don't find. And then the Elder Dragons that also don't appear in the later games. It wasn't just the map design. Well, no, Potato, it actually wasn't the map design. It was the animations of the Leviathan skeleton that they couldn't get right. And then they changed the map because I suppose the map design did play a part. They wanted to do something with the ancient forest, and they probably couldn't get both to work. Why is the fucking sun constantly shifting? See how I get brighter and darker and brighter and darker? It's fucking annoying. Wait, is this again Chameleos? Yeah, it is. That's not to say that that's a problem, it's just that I don't want to fight repeated Chameleos. they're welcome to keep fighting Chameleos in a Chameleos room, of course. But yeah, the main issue was that they deemed it easier and faster to remake the ancient forest instead of trying to make laggy work. That's my understanding of it anyway. And you know what? Great. Laggy was the try flagship. Okay? Laggy doesn't need to be in World. Laggy doesn't belong in World. I don't play World and think, oh, wouldn't it be great if I could fight Laggy in here? No. Laggy was best underwater. And maybe that's a bit of a sad thing, because underwater's not that great in certain situations, but the whole essence of the Laggy fight was that you were in his territory, and you were out of your depth, in a sense. You were not. You were limited in your movements, while this monster is literally in the place that it's most comfortable, and you have to try to make do with that. That's the essence of the Laggy fight. Hey Pablo. Good to see you again. I'm not paying attention to any of these rooms again, too busy talking. What have we got? Help me. Missed the opportunity? Yeah, I can help you. Haven't done a Duramboros in a little while. That's an example of a monster that I often don't fight, and the reason why is that not many people post him. So I may as well take this opportunity to fight a monster that I don't often fight on camera these days. But there's Duramboros. I mean, I very much enjoyed Duramboros in Portable Third, 3 Ultimate. I don't think he was in 4 Ultimate, was he? No. And of course, 3 Ultimate had Rust Duramboros, but that's enough. I don't need to fight him anymore. But I gave Generations Ultimate a pass on bringing all these monsters back because it felt like a game that brought all the previous generations into one. That's literally what it's called, Monster Hunter Generations. And Cross is supposed to communicate the same idea in Japanese, but once you start getting into 5th gen, it's time to leave it behind. In fact, you know, that's probably what it was that pissed me off the most about having monsters return in World. It was the fact that I thought this was going to be the last hurrah of a lot of these monsters. Great, let them go gracefully, please. Let them just disappear into the older games. Let those dumb cunts who decide they can't return to the older games because it's too hard, it's so hard to go back when the weapons have evolved so nicely, boo-hoo. Fuck off. Monster Hunter is about rigidity. If you can't return to the older games and play them as you played them back then, because you play World, then tough titties. Seriously. I hate that. I sound very bitter when I say that because I did have someone say to me that they can't return to 3rd generation. It may have even been 4th generation because they were playing World and somehow the World weapons were smoother. Guess what, Jack? That is Monster Hunter. Rigid combat that you get used to until it becomes natural, and that is your gratification. That is your sense of achievement. Whereas World is designed for people who do not play Monster Hunter, and as such, it's supposed to make them feel like they're doing the right thing immediately. It's that instant gratification that everyone needs in this day and age. You don't work for anything anymore, you're just given it. And I'm not talking about grinding things, I'm talking about being able to play the game comfortably. You try to get your average mainstream gamer into a game where they play it for the first 10 hours and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. It feels like they suck at the game. They can't kill anything. They can't complete the objectives properly. They're gonna put it down. Hey, that's not very good for recommending the game to someone else. That's not very good for making money. Capcom did a good job with that one. They finally realized, hey, we're not making enough money with Monster Hunter, let's streamline it. Done. All of a sudden it blows up like a fucking atom bomb. Okay, seriously, these guys departed without me. I could smell it in my bones that this Chinese bastard departed without me. Look at this. Look at this. I came here to help you. I saw help me and was like, yeah, let's help him out. Stupid bastard. Absolute retard. I'm pissed off today, clearly. Imagine being so fucking impatient. Stupid prick. Shame I can't fly over there and smack him in his dumb face. Anyway. Don't know why I'm refreshing it after having only just brought it up. Hyper Silver Rathlos, no thank you. I guess I'll join my old turns room. I was making a point before and I forgot what it was. I got off on a tangent about how people can't return to the old Monster Hunter games. Oh yeah, I thought this was going to be the last hurrah for a lot of these monsters, and the next thing you know, new generation, 5th generation, hey, we've had 5 generations! Let's move on to something else, let's get some new monsters. No. Not at all. Not at all. Let's fight Nagakuga. Barrier. Cleverness isn't quite so bad because he only appeared in 4th. You know what? That's alright. If they want to bring back a monster from the previous generation, that's okay. Leave the ones that have been in every fucking game, apart from Rathalos and Raytheon, obviously. Leave the ones that have been in every fucking generation up to 5 alone. Let them go, please. Nagakuga hasn't been in as many games as, for example, Tigrex, I don't think. Technically not, no. No. Was Nagakuga in Portable Third? I don't think he was. He was, yes. In fact, Green Nagakuga first appeared in Portable Third. Okay, I just had to engage my fucking memory. Alright guys, sorry for keeping you waiting. I'm coming. Just had to... Again, when you play so many different Monster Hunter games, it's hard to remember what appeared in what. It's so confusing. It really is. I had to remember what weapons were available, and I actually remembered that my Pierce gun in that game... Look how dark it is. What the fuck? Fucking sun, man. Anyway, sun, can you come back, please? I'm in the dark. Anyway, fucking hell, man. So, these guys are gonna leave without me if I'm not quick, so let's go Pierce, Fire. I believe it's non-load up. Silver Rathalos, I think. No. Silver Rathalos is a rapper, I think. Or is it? No, I was right. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Sun, please. It's dark. Can you maybe come back? Or something. I'm going insane. Oh, it's coming back, and we're back. Sort of. And then we're going away again. I hate cloudy days, I really do. Because the problem is, when the sun actually comes out, it's so fucking bright that if I have my room light on, I'll look like this giant golden yellow white thing. Well, not really giant, I just mean this. Just mean to say that I'm very, very white. Very gold. This is stupid. Okay, fine. You win, son. You win. Bit darker than it was originally, but at least you can see me. This is unnatural light. Whatever. I'm so pissed. Today's not my day. But yeah, really, and I suppose it all links into just this... Oh, I forgot my fucking coatings, of course. It all links into this. This is the reason why I had to extricate myself from the Monster Hunter community. I don't agree with them. I don't agree with any of them. I think that their desires and what they're willing to put up with is basically going to destroy the series. Who's fucking calling me? No. Alright, so... Fucking hell. Switching up to... I'm gonna throw my fucking phone over there. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fucking vibrating shit. I hate things that vibrate. Because especially after that Crystal Bearers recording I last did, and I don't think you guys got to see that. Maybe you saw some of it. No, I don't think you did get to no, you did get to see it. It was the last recording that I did. Or at least the last one I was able to upload. My controller was vibrating so fucking violently that it was actually severely disturbing. It was like... Could have fucking mistaken it for a chainsaw motor or something. It was ridiculous. Oh, no. Someone on the team with their custom shouts. Eggy sword! Fucking tune you, you bastard. That's what it comes across as, anyway. What am I doing? That's right, I am getting my Mega Dash juice up, and I forgot to complete my combinations for max potions, because I guess I got distracted by whatever the hell was going on. Either by what I was saying, or by what was happening in the room. But yeah, I need to make some more max potions, that will be happening. For sure. I definitely made the right decision putting the room light on, and I can see that my green screen... Oh, fucking hell, everything is not quite right, is it? There we go, had to make a small adjustment so that it didn't look like complete shit. Anyway. I fought a whole lot of Elderfrost Gammoth recently. I just haven't done it on camera. A friend of mine wanted to make a rapid bow set, so we made him the Deviant Gammoth set. It's very good for rapid bow, actually. From memory, the skills are Marathon Runner, Stamina Recovery up, Attack up medium, Rapid up. It's the perfect, I think Focus as well. So it's really the perfect rapid set. But, that was a while ago, that was probably a month to 2 months ago when we were doing that, but still, we did so much Elderfrost. Particularly because his luck is terrible, he's got really bad luck. Not just in games, but in general. But especially in games. And, yeah, we fought a lot of this arsehole. So I definitely need a break, but because I haven't done it on camera, I thought, yeah, fine. That's another mount. What is this, 4 ultimate? I think the Gammoth just cried. That was the loudest fucking teardrop I've ever heard. You know, the little sparkly, shiny sound when a shiny drops. Oh. And then the next one spawns immediately. I'm really pissed that I forgot my coatings, but whatever. Let's do a triple volley. Or miss it entirely. Okay, we managed to get the last one out. That's the most important one. That's the one that does the most damage, I believe. Oh, fuck off, will you? Let's get out of his way a little bit before we spin around. Can you maybe leave me alone? There are other people here, Gammoth. Did you know that? Because he went after me 3 times in a row just there. I don't know if you fucking noticed that. But it was slightly annoying. Alright, catch you later, potato. Couldn't get out of the way of that trunk, quite frankly. Could not do it. Look out now. Die. This attack really is particularly frightening. There's something about it. It's very fast, very damaging. Intimidating, in general. Especially intimidating in G5, I will mention. Oh, fuck off. I'm stuck! Can't do anything. Thankfully, he couldn't reach me there, but... bloody hell. Unfortunately, again, and this is one thing that really does bother me. Go away. Just fucking spin around, asshole. I know you've got nothing going on in that brain of yours. Why can't people just spin around? How hard is it? They just don't know how to do it. Guess no one ever told them they could do it. I fucking worked it out on my own, using this weird-ass thing called intuition. You try it out, if it doesn't work, tough shit. But if you try it out and it works, it makes a significant difference. It's the same thing as rolling when you're on fire. Just trying to get out of it. What can you do to get out of it? You got two options, you either roll or you spin around. And spinning around works, rolling doesn't. So there you go. And that is to say with ice blight and mud blight and the like. Triple Volley 2 needs to be replaced with Triple Volley 3. I don't know how to get Triple Volley 3, and quite frankly I struggle to care that I don't have it. I'm sure there is a significant damage difference, it's just I don't care enough. It will be interesting to play a game that will not have styles and won't quite be world either. It will be something in between. Something in between the changes that were made in this game and the changes that were made in world. Go away. Oh, it's a tactical retreat. Oh no. Don't have to do that. Let's top up our health a little bit, shall we? How is the light? It's darker, but I don't mind a bit of dark lighting. It's just I don't want it to fuck up the green screen, and I've already made the necessary adjustment there. So. Looks like the sun has well and truly disappeared. So. Great. Is this my blood? Says Hyde. Really? Like, why do you have this utter garbage written for your auto shouts? Why do you do that? I know you guys are thinking, oh, Doomlink, who cares? Well, I would just like it if the chat could be used for a functional reason. Not so that I can read this guy's fucking self-anime insert narrative. I'm a hunter. It's so silly. Because no one, okay, look, the only one who wants to read it, right, is the guy who wrote it. That's it. No one else cares, no one else wants to read it. So just put it away. Get rid of it. I prefer the chat to be used for conversation, which is difficult when you can't really type in-game, and for strategy, which is possible in-game if you have the appropriate shouts. It trivializes the whole chat system when you've got these useless fucking auto shouts. Hunter Art 1 activated, who gives a fuck? I don't. So why do you think I need to know? Auto shouts, what a joke. Just a silly little idea from Capcom. Silly in the sense that, you know, it's not a bad idea in and of itself, it's just you realise that its implementation is totally unnecessary, so you don't do it, but they did it anyway. Little things like having an auto message when you place a bomb. Well, generally when you place a bomb, you place it in twos, or you place them in twos. So what do you get to read? The same message twice. It's stupid. And I don't know. And then everyone gets a little creative license with their bomb shout. You've got the obligatory Allah Akbar, all about, and then etc, etc. And it's just, it's painful. It's painful is what it is. Is it worth? No, it's not worth having a hot drink. You'll be dead soon. I don't think he's even limping. No, he's not limping. He's just walking out of here. He might start limping now. Yeah, so he wasn't limping at first. Now he's limping. It's strange. He's one of those monsters that is difficult to see whether or not he's limping. Because he lumbers by design. I decided to dive way too early there. Oh dear. Fortunately, I was not affected by the tremor, which worked in my favor. Why are you still alive? What is this team? I understand that I'm doing less damage than I should be because I forgot coatings, but I felt pressured into getting into the quest as soon as possible by my team, even though they didn't really say or do anything, they just sort of stood there. So maybe they didn't pressure me, maybe I pressured myself. It's always important to distinguish between those two things. Oh my god, it's a bit violent of you. Here we go. Triple volley opportunity, which I always like to take because, again, I believe it's pretty good damage. Go away. And it's funny, I really did expect to, at some point, get into styles in this game. Oh, stop it! But yeah, I never did, and I have no intention of ever getting into styles. I have no intention of ever jumping around on top of monsters. I have no intention of doing weird counters, none of that. I'm very comfortable doing what I'm doing right here. I'm almost at Hunter rank 700, and I have never used anything other than Adept in EX monster situations. So if I'm fighting an EX monster, I might go Adept, because that's an extreme situation, very difficult to fight EX monsters unless you have really high defense or ridiculous evasion capabilities. So I probably should have had a hot drink in the end, shouldn't I? What the hell? Why are you... At this point we might have to I don't think your trap's gonna work. That's off target. You suck. I mean, I could tell based on the weapon he's using. Anyway. Haven't even used my tactical retreat today. Didn't even know what Aegis sword is. It's probably a fucking fairy tale reference. Something cringy like that, you know. There we go, finally dead. I'm guessing that was almost 15 fucking minutes. It felt like 15 minutes. Didn't break the trunk that time. Doesn't, no. You see, the trunk break is, you see those little teeth there, those weird, almost claw-looking things, yeah. If those are slightly damaged, that means the trunk is broken. It's weird. So if there's a big scar on the upper part of the trunk, that's not actually the trunk break. This is something that I found out the hard way while trying to get trunk spines for my friend before. It's very odd. So yeah, and it's not even that. See, there's a big scar there. That's not what I'm talking about. It's actually possible to have a big scar on the trunk here and not have these little teeth broken. If you don't have the teeth broken, you don't get the trunk spine, or at the very least it makes it much harder to get. Either the trunk has a double break, or some weird shit's going on. Must have a double break. It's just that the double break is less visible than the initial break, which is usually not how it goes. For example, Devil Joe's head as a double break is more clear the second time around. It's really fucking stupid. I got another Gammoth Pallium that was probably my 7th or something like that. I didn't actually check. I will check now, because I'm interested. It's rank 680. So there we go. Again, pretty dark, isn't it? In light, get it? In light of the fact that the lighting has not gotten better this whole time, I'm probably going to raise my room brightness even further, because I think it's safe to do so. Alright, where's my Mega Nutrients? Here we go. And Dragon Toadstools, here we go. Looks like I need to combine for some more, or trade for some more Dragon Toadstools very well. Let's get some max potions, here we go. So we need more honey and Dragon Toadstools. I'll do 2 rounds, well not rounds, but rather I'll do 2 trading sequences of, actually let's check Meowster Hunters. I'm always needing to do this. I can never find rare in the tundra. Why can I never find rare in the tundra? No matter when I fucking check, it's not there. I'm pissed off. Okay, here we go. So, do Dragon Toadstool here. Then, there you go. You can be... No, not Nullberry, please. We want honey with you. So this is a turns room from memory. I mean, it might not be. I can't actually remember. But, again, I don't even know how to get the gratuity materials. I have got no memory of how to do that. Maybe I can trade for them? I don't think I can. That'd be pretty funny. Because I'd trade for a shitload if I could do it. Because I just never have gratuities in this game, and I don't know. I feel like it's a real shame. Let's see what we're hunting next. This probably won't be a very long stream. This will probably be about an hour and a half. Oh, fuck off, asshole. I'm not doing Dread King G5 for your dumbass. Make a fucking room for it! What? Who needs a turns room for Dread King G5? There are plenty of people who want to do Dread King G5. Uh-oh. It just got really bright. Oh my god. Blinding. Look at this. Look how bright it is now. Can you guys fucking believe... Look at this. How am I supposed to work with this? Look how bright it is now. It's too bright. Holy shit. Because if it gets too bright and I've made my chroma key settings wrong, my face is going to start phasing out of existence. This is ridiculous. And I was right. My microphone was starting to phase out of existence. My arm was also doing the same. Fucking hell. Ridiculous. This is what happens. Natural lighting is being less than cooperative today. Turn. A Cantor help, please. Bolt EX. No. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't disappear, lighting. Hacker. Yeah, he's not wrong. Because if you can see, it says in very small writing there, for some reason, no longer receiving friend requests, you can change this setting in options. Now, that's not supposed to appear there. It doesn't look like he's written that himself, but the fact that that's not supposed to appear there, and the fact that he's got hacker written in his hub name, tells me, yeah, he's actually cheating, so... Fuck that guy. Because from memory, 4 Ultimate was marred by cheaters and modders and hackers and the like, so... Hyper Sienna Torg. May as well do that, why not? I've done this a few times on camera recently, but... Hyper Sienna Torg always keeps you alert. Especially if you're going Blade Master, which I won't be doing. I'm too scared. I'm not actually scared, it's just that... Hyper Cyanator is a problem because, of course, the whole idea of Cyanator is that when he attacks you, you don't really get knocked back. It's more of a knockdown. So if you're using a Blade Master weapon, your attacks are not interrupted by what he does. You're not sent flying away from him. So if it's a hyper G-rank Cyanator, he's going to be doing about half your fucking health, and you're still standing right there, directly in front of him, uninterrupted, ready to receive the next fucking attack. If you get sent away from a monster, that's fine. You've taken half health, you're all the way over there. You can actually deal with the situation now, but if you're right in front of the monster, it gets a little hard. That's the reason why Cyanator is honestly one of the harder hyper monsters out there. So what are we going to use? How about we go... Could do rapid normal for a change? No, probably not. I never do that. Oh. This is a set that I could have fucking removed. I could have kept Berg Basher and gotten rid of this shit. I mean, this set is nice, but Crouch Element is not a good idea in this game. Because you just get shat on, unfortunately. Well, it's fine if you're going Valor, I suppose. It's never worth it, Pablo, because then it'll just get boring and then you've ruined people's experiences in the meantime, so yeah, good job. I I want to go ranged, but I suppose we can go Thunder one. Thunder light bowgun. I will say hello to Asha. It is way too fucking bright. Should I? Okay, let's do it. This is gonna turn into a bit of an annoying game. You'll see. That sun's gonna disappear anytime. Then I'll have to go turn my fucking light on again. I need a fucking remote. I'm sure that's possible, but is it worth installing it? No, not really. Okay. So, oh, and look, it's starting to go. And you fucking kidding me? You fucking kidding me today? You goddamn waste of my life. And it's coming back, yeah. Should I just ignore it? Maybe I should just ignore it. I don't know. I'll be going to 3-man this thing. I don't want to. We could, but I don't want to. Hey, Exchanger. This is what I want. The sun right now is like a roller coaster. Up and down, up and down, up and down. It's a fucking annoyance. 51 Thunder level 1 will be sufficient, because I'm probably not even going to get through much of my Thunder, because I do have a lot of internal ammo for this gun. I will wait for about a minute for the other person to come. We've got 2 Atlkar Wonder Boys in the room, so I'd much rather wait for someone who might do some damage. Something damage related, as opposed to not doing much damage. I mean, Atlkar weapons are fine for damage, it's just that there's better options. Look at Asha. Please ready up. Why are you waiting? Why would I ever wait for a group of 4 to fight a hyper G rank monster? Because it's a hyper G rank monster and we only need to wait this long. Arsehole. Me no. What have we got? Uh-oh. Well. Thank God he's got heat cancel. Anyway. That's alright. Attack up large, weakness, exploit, high grade earplugs. Not bad at all. It's just the defense is a little lacking. Alright. Oh, do I have... Okay. I didn't buy hot drinks, but I have enough. I only used one in that last time. Oh, tried to reload in the doorway. I think I missed it. Yeah, I pressed it at the same time. Strange to see the regular shell on Senator. He so often has the Gravio skull. Thank you for the red health, by the way. I benefit from that, Senator. This set does have resentment. The only time that I really bother making use of resentment is in hot locations by not drinking cool drinks. Because I find doing things like eating toadstools, especially in this game where it changes your maximum health, to be really fucking annoying and time wasting. It's better to just have better DPS. So yeah, resentment, not always helpful. Really map dependent, also monster dependent. But it's a nice skill to have. Can you just come up, please? I don't think I've ever gone light bowgun element with this guy. In this game, at least. I might have done it with the... Oh, I tried to roll, but I rolled slightly too late. I'm about to die. Or not. Look at all that red health. Tempting to keep it all, but... Yeah, no. I think I will heal. I don't need damage that fucking badly. There we go, knocked him over. And we'll, well, try to pierce into the weak point if we can. Now we're on to Thunder level 2. Need to try and be a little more accurate with this one. There we go. Thunder level 2 has lovely range, of course. Asha just sent a message with nothing in it. What? Why? Is it supposed to be a cute auto message? Again, don't waste my time fighting a monster. I don't want to be distracted by some chat. Only for you to post nothing. I knew he would go after me. Why are you always going after me? Leave me alone. Asshole. This is the Kirin light bowgun. This is a recent design. The traditional Kirin light bowgun looks a bit different. It's a bit fatter than this. But this is a more streamlined design of the Kirin light bowgun. The traditional one does exist. I think there may very well be as many as 3 different Kirin light bowguns in this game. It's weird. This particular one is best for element, whereas the other one is good for more things like crag and cluster and the like. The traditional one that I'm talking about is the fat one with the 3 barrels. It's like this tri-barrel gun. Looks interesting. I use it as my cluster shot gun in Freedom Unite. But yeah, for elemental internal ammo, this is the winner. Really good gun. I'll show it off here. Blitz Kirin King. 3 slots, really good attack, average reload, low recoil, plus 30 defense, and fucking good internal ammo. So, very good gun. This is what you would call a true endgame light bowgun. Knocked him over again. Completely missed his head there. I'm assuming his head is his elemental weak point. Might not be, but... Oh, fuck you. You could see that I rolled at the right time. It's just that he has an extended hitbox there. A prolonged hitbox is actually the more correct term. Which is to say that even if you get the right roll timing, it doesn't just hit in that one frame. Okay. Also, welcome, Foreskin Team. Good to see you again. What's your name again? Forgot what it was. I know it was something different on Twitch, I just can't remember what it was. It was like Necros, yeah, that's right. Again, Siantor leaving in a rather downtrodden manner. But yeah, this set is definitely pretty nice. Made possible with the 3 slots, of course, but that's the way bowgun sets should be. They should be based on a specific weapon. You can always make weapons based, or rather sets based on specific weapons for Blade Masters, it's just that I don't usually do that. I prefer to have an armor set that can be used with many different weapons, and have the armor set be very good, even under those circumstances. I find that for Blade Master weapons, having a weapon dependent set, I find it to be a bit of a cop-out, you know. I don't like it at all. Don't like it at all. Certainly you can make use of slots. That's not to say that you should not use the slots if you have them. If you can make something out of that, then go for it. But to have it be dependent We're talking about, so an example of a non-weapon dependent set that uses slots would be, for example, having your weapon either give you... Okay, so if the weapon has no slots, it would just give you critical eye +1. And then, if you do get a slotted weapon, you can get critical eye +2. That would be an example of a set that does not hinge on the presence of slots on the weapon. But... oh, here we go, fucking capture. What is this world? Sometimes I think people think it's world. We are nice and dark again. Cannot do a thing about it. I do not control the heavens, ladies and gentlemen. It seems that the sun has decided to be a massive fucking troll today. And if I change my room light, then everything's fucked. I guess I give it 30 seconds, and if it doesn't come back, then I have to get my room light again. I sold it all. I don't know why I sold it all. I generally don't do that in this game, but I did it this time. Get some money that I don't need. Yeah, I don't really need money in this game. Because, not that I need materials either, but I'm a hoarder. I'm an absolute hoarder, you see. Barrel lid? When did I get a barrel lid? What? A barrel lid. When did I get that? Did I accidentally gather at something without noticing? How did I get a barrel lid? How did I get a barrel lid? Okay, it's time to fix the lighting, everyone. It's like magic, isn't it? It's like magic. Can't do anything, guys. Can't do anything. The sun is being an absolute prick. It goes from, like, really pretty low light, fairly overcast day, to being the brightest summer day you've ever seen in a matter of moments, and then it goes back and forth, and I'm just sitting here like, I'm trying to do a recording. Ugh, anyway. That's the way it has to be. What are we hunting? Is it my... I don't think it's my turn. I think this is a specific monster hunt, so I will remove myself from this room and hunt something through thick and thin. I believe this is turns no EX / boss. What do you mean boss? No bosses? All large monsters are boss monsters, asshole. But yeah, I think this is Hyper Zamtrios. Or just regular Zamtrios, but it's posted by Hunter Rank 999, I would presume, so yeah, probably not a regular G rank. We've been live for about an hour and 8 minutes, delightfully. Hello Brian, good to see you. You know, it's always more reward. Oh no. Okay, go away. Go away. Yeah, thank you. No. Stop. Go away. Light, stop it. Oh, I give up. I really give up. Why are you stuck transmitting data? If it doesn't work, just don't. Just stop trying, please. I'm not that desperate to get into this room. Oh. It let me in. I'm a bit worried now. And they left anyway. Because this guy's Hunter Rank 999. Oh, it's just a regular G rank, that's why. Okay. It's fair enough to 2-man a regular G rank. 2-manning a hyper? Nah. That's just stupid. Zelda Avenged. Which reminds me. No. I was gonna say, maybe I could play some Japanese Wind Waker today. No, I don't really feel like it. No, I don't. What is that sign? That little symbol? Well, looks like You fucking Vietnamese. Celsia G1, not interested. Again, don't bring out your fucking deviant quests in turns rooms, please. Charm farm. Charm farm. Bunch of people who don't use bowguns, wanting to farm charms. We were just in Hyper Cyanatorg. EX mission. Snow Baron G4. Now, last time I checked, G4 is not EX. Don't know. I mean, could be wrong. Maybe G4 is EX. Maybe there are aspects to this game that I have yet to learn. Oh, Crystal Beard EX. Well, I haven't even fought Crystal Beard before, I don't think. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my monster list out. I'm going to show you that I've never fought a Crystal Beard before, keeping in mind that this is a save brought over from Generations. So, yeah. In all this time, I've never fought a Crystal Beard, and I'm going to find an EX for my first one. This is going to be a fucking nightmare. Hunter. Where's my Hunter list? Fucking hell. Where are you? Hunter's notes. Monster list, thank you. Where art thou? Uragan. Oh! I've fought 4 of them. I have no recollection of having done this. Okay. Well, there you go. I have no memory of it, so let's keep this in mind. I will go with the bowgun. I will go Adept Pierce, because I don't know what to expect, so I would rather play it safe. We will go Light Pierce for bowgun. Here we go, and we will change style. Again, this is only something that you guys will see once in a blue moon. Me using a style that's not guild. I think the last time I did it was for a White Fatalis hunt. I believe that was in Live Hunts 34 or 33, one of those two. Wasn't the last one, it was the one before that, I think. So, 34. This is 36, isn't it? I think it's 36. Anyway, I'll make sure I've got my ammunition, I've got all pierce, and I've got some internal ammo as well. That will do it for me for this hunt. And I will eat and get ready to go. Again, EX monsters are pretty scary, so... The whole idea of EX is that you learn the monster's moves by doing all the levels of the monster, and then by the time you get to EX, it's okay to have such a tiny margin for error because you know what the monster's going to do. I don't have that knowledge of how the monster moves. I have fought this thing 4 times and I have no recollection of having ever fought it. So therefore, this is probably going to be a bit nightmarish. I am prepared to, hand on heart, ruin this hunt for the team, but that's not to say that I want to ruin it for the team, it's just that that's probably what's going to happen. Let's do this. Crystal Beard EX, I'm ready. I'm ready to make an absolute ass of myself today. Ah, it is in the Ingle Isle. I will cool drink up. I will shoot some Demon Affinity. Aha! Get all of you. How about that? There we go. We are all demoned up today. I will open with slicing. Let's get in there. Make the most of our demon. Hello. I don't know where your weak points are. I'm going to shoot you here. I'm scared. I'm not going to lie about that. He's moving like a regular Uragan for now. But that's the danger. Complacency. Shooting the arms because I don't know if the head's a weak point. It might be. Well, fortunately, my knowledge of how Uragan works in general is helping me here. But yeah. Let's not get caught in that tail. Okay, moving on to the next level of slicing. Again, I've got no idea what this Uragan does that's different. I've yet to see anything different. Except for, I think, a sleep status rock. I think I saw that, right? Whatever. This could I don't want to say this too soon, but this might be one of the easiest EX hunts out there, because I've yet to see him do anything particularly difficult to deal with. What the fuck are you doing, Hunter Solo? Wake up. What's your problem, Rivian? You come just to shoot me point blank. I can't see what's going on. That was not a great situation, actually. Spinning around me in that way. Again, I mean, it's probably worthwhile to try to break the head, because that would probably turn into a weak point. Yeah, let's aim for the face. Probably won't do good damage initially, but if we break it, I'm thinking we'll be fairly well rewarded. That's what I think. Look at the damage for... Okay, well, I didn't mean to get hit by that. I was admiring the damage that I had taken just by having his chin touch me gently. God, okay, so he shoots out weird rocks, that's what I've seen so far. I guess that relates to the whole crystal thing. A bit weird, but whatever. Can't really see where I'm shooting, but whatever. Alright, we've got some poison going, that should deal some good damage. Non-critical distance pierce, now critical distance pierce. Yeah, that's a sleep rock for sure. That's crazy. I did indeed see that right. Now he thinks he's a Devil Joe. Okay. I'm shocked that I was not one-shot. My defense is very good. That is 579 on a gunner set. That doesn't get much better than that. So I'm glad that I've got good defense on this set. This is definitely an easy EX to deal with. There are EXs that will still one-shot you with 579 defense, I can guarantee you that. But this is not one of them, and I'm glad it's not. Oh. I guess we'll bomb the head. Doesn't really matter where you bomb something. What matters is how you break it. Why would you place the bomb that far away? Get a nice detonation going. Of course, I always make sure to be the one to detonate because I don't think everyone knows that you've got first hit on sleep multipliers, and then also they probably don't realize that bomb damage is delayed, whereas anyway, doesn't matter. I just like to be the one to detonate because not everyone knows that these days. In the past it used to be common knowledge. Now it's one of those lost pieces of knowledge that live only in rather the minds of those who played the older games. You might be weak against fighting time. Yeah, clearly. I'm surprised that this fucking chin hasn't been broken yet. I mean, admittedly, it is an EX. He's probably got pretty decent health. Probably something like 18,000, but... No, that's a mount. Not bad. Well, this has been very nice. I don't mind. I actually am perfectly content to fight EXs of monsters I've never fought before, provided they're not Hellblade. Because I haven't really fought Hellblade, but based on the description of my friend, based on the description that my friend gave to me of Hellblade in general, plus EX, I think I will pass on that one. That's an experience I can live without. I do not feel deprived in life experience by not fighting EX Hellblade. He sounds like one of the worst by far. Just lining myself up nicely. Again, would like to break this face just to see what it looks like. Probably just looks like a regular broken Uragan chin, but it's taking a while to break, that's for sure. Let's It's not that I'm doing bad damage, it's just that that's obviously got a very high break threshold. I do like the sleep crystals that he throws out. It's a nice idea. Uh-oh. I was stuck in a reload, and look at that. It only takes that instant, and we failed. Because I picked a terrible time to reload, I couldn't do anything, sadly. Whatever, let's just do it again, I suppose. What's annoying is that this is not a difficult fight, but again, he's doing enough damage that there's no real margin for error. I mean, apparently I have a margin for error, because I've got pretty good defense, but in a situation like that, that's obviously his most damaging attack. And two of us were right there to take that square in the face, so that was pretty bad. And I guess, it's, you know, during that fight, it's understandable that I would grow less on edge. I would become, sorry, I'll try again, says Slevin. Well, you should, because that's a pretty easy hunt. But yeah, unfortunate. Let's bring Moxie this time. Slevin says, what's next? What do you mean? Same hunt, please. But yeah, that was unfortunate, wasn't it? Of course, the whole hunt was very easy, so I got complacent, very complacent. Chose a bad time to reload, and I was punished for it. Majorly. With a quest failure. Now, of course, had I eaten for Moxie, we wouldn't have actually failed that quest, but, well, we might have still failed it, but we wouldn't have failed on account of that particular attack. I like this Rivian guy, you know why? He's only got a small crown and he's Hunter rank 999. I like this guy. He's my kind of guy. Hunter Salo, was he the one who posted the quest? I don't know who posted. Yeah, he was. Hunter Salo was the Red Hunter, so... Oh, looks like everyone is bailing the fuck out. Because Hunter Salo is probably sitting there, just choking back tears, just like, we failed. You know, like if you fucking grew a pair of balls and just did it again, it would be over and done with. Like, you've got a good team, my friend. Maybe he had to go, maybe he's busy doing other things, but Laoshan Farm? I'm sorry to hear that. Why would you... Okay, I'm sorry. Question. Why would you name yourself Monster Hunter World in this game? Why would you do that? There are a lot of embarrassing names you can come up with in this game. This would be very nearly the most embarrassing. It's basically like saying, hello, I'm not a Monster Hunter player. Hi guys. I'm not actually a Monster Hunter player. I'm just visiting. No, it's alright. I have more respect for world players who come and play this game than for the people who pretend this game doesn't exist. So, you need some context. We just failed a Crystalbeard EX hunt, Gessiger, and Crystalbeard EX is pretty easy to kill, but I grew complacent as the hunt dragged on, and I died. It was a double kill for the final hit. Two other people had died before we had insurance. Imagine failing Crystalbeard EX with insurance. It's pretty bad. So, it was a bit of a sad situation, but hey, looks like we've... Nah, fuck. Too much fucking... Hey, stop it! Too much demand for these hunts. I could have joined one of those charm farm rooms, but that's alright, because you guys generally have seen enough of me doing charm farms, probably. Laoshan Farm. Imagine doing that. Oh, if you just grew a pair of balls, yeah. What I meant was that if you grew a pair of balls to do the quest a second time, we would succeed. That was the context. So I was right in that that was the appropriate context. It was us failing the Crystalbeard hunt. Alrighty, so I'm not fighting G5 Elderfrost, that's not happening. Chill Farm, the Royal Guard. Oh, Zelda's Queen. Yeah, sure, I'm down for a Zelda's Queen, why the hell not? Seems that the lighting is fair at the moment. I mean, this is fine. This looks like late afternoon. It's actually 2 in the afternoon. And I still haven't eaten. You know what? Had to fix the chroma key. Micro adjustments, they make all the difference, sometimes. Yes, just making sure that's what we're hunting, just give me a brief moment. Jonathan is using a pretty good raw charge blade, and you know what, good for him! Oh, fully upgraded, it's a very good charge blade. This one that he has, incidentally, is less than acceptable. Okay, I will charge blade as well. I'll show him what a real fucking charge blade is, how about that? No, I was praising him because I was thinking in my mind he had chosen to use this thing instead of the fucking Utlkar charge blade, and I was going to applaud him for his, I don't know, originality? It's not necessarily that original, it's just more original than, say, help me, look at him. I didn't even know he had the Utlkar charge blade, so that works out rather well. That can illustrate my point rather clearly. The guy's name is Help Me. And look at the weapon he's using. That should connect a dot for you. That should show you that's the kind of person who's going to use an Utlkar weapon. Hey. And if you're one of those sad individuals who happens to use an Utlkar weapon and you're watching this, hey, this is your opportunity to grow into a better person than you are today. I'm only here to try to help you out. I'm only here to indeed promote growth in my fellow hunters. And then maybe that way, when the new Rise comes out, you'll be complaining about the right things, not the wrong things. But we'll see what Capcom does. What the hell are we doing? Oh yeah, there are damage numbers in Rise, aren't there? I remember seeing that and I was like, oh, what the fuck. But we can turn those off, I'm assuming. I haven't actually seen any information to suggest that we can turn off the damage numbers, but if it was something that could be done in World, then certainly it can be done in Rise, because that would be going backwards with a system that was first introduced in World anyway. If you're going to bring the system, you will bring it in all its intricacies. That is to say, you will have the ability to turn it off. I'm going in the wrong way, because I'm being assaulted by pink monkeys. But anyway. The Utlkar weapons have their place because it's good raw damage and high slots, and with sharpness +2, very good sharpness. But there's just too many of them. I'm sick of looking at them. Every single room I join, there's some dickhead with an Utlkar weapon, and I'm sick of it. And quite frankly, there are better options. You know, I can forgive the people who are at a lower hunter rank than 100 using it. It's okay, like, okay, it's a good starting point. I didn't need it because I played the other Monster Hunter games. I don't need that sort of thing as a starting point. But maybe someone else does. It's those fucking people who are at hunter rank 200 and above who deem it necessary to use that shit that really get me going. They're the ones who really frustrate me. Because by the time you get to about that hunter rank, you want to be using more interesting stuff than Utlkar fucking weapon, you understand? So, I mean, I understand there are certain sets, like if you want a specific raw set with specific skills, sometimes you can only do it with a triple slot. And for the most part, among raw triple slot weapons, Utlkar reigns supreme. My friend Sam would argue that in all cases, Utlkar reigns supreme in the 3-slot raw weapon category. But, in my opinion, Utlkar weapons can fuck off. They do have a place in certain situations, but for the most part, no. No, fuck it off. I just recall that when, back before this game even came out, Sam was excited about the Utlkar weapons. His name was Utlkar at that time. And, he was saying, oh, they're crazy, they're disgusting, etc, etc. And I'm thinking, okay, well great, I'm looking forward to that. Well, it turns out there was nothing to look forward to. What I had to look forward to was looking at the same weapon in every fucking room that I would ever join for the rest of my time playing this fucking game. That's what I really had to look forward to. So, a bit sad. I can actually hit Soldiers Queen and regular Soldiers at the same time. Well, I'm trying to anyway. Seems to be working now, maybe? That right there is the best case scenario. Doing the AED with one file, because it only uses one. It's a bit sad, but it's the way it has to be. We will get red shield and then ripper shield. Oh, that's me. That's bad habits. Oh, here we go, here's an opportunity. Oh, ripper shield. I need to sharpen, but whatever. Some people, what gets me, Pablo, is that some people will use Atlkar weapons for, you know, let's say they got to G rank at it, or rather endgame G rank, they got their hunter rank cap at a certain point in time in their gaming lifespan, and then, or rather in their gaming experience, and then they continue using it for another 200 hours, 300 hours, 400 hours, and I'm thinking, what are you getting out of this experience? For me, one of the replayability aspects of Monster Hunter is using different weapons. That's one way to enjoy the game over a long period of time. And you're sitting here using the same, not only the same weapon type, which I find to be insufficient as far as entertaining me for a long period of time, you're using the same weapon! Same weapon! Looks the same. It's boring, you use it the same way. Same with the people who use the Atlkar armor. Definitely has its place, but you shouldn't be using it later on, unless it's something that you need for a certain combination of skills, which is definitely something that happens. I think I killed Celtus with lag compensation, because I wasn't making contact with her, and I don't think anyone else was making contact with her, so I think I killed her with that attack. That's pretty funny. Happens occasionally. But yeah, certainly has its place, but too many people are using it here, and I'm sick of it. I'm really, really sick of it. And I'll be sick of it in 10 years' time when I'm still playing this game and I'll be saying the exact same thing. You wait. 10 years' time, it'll be happening. I'll be sitting here going, Atlkar sucks. Might have a goatee, I'll be like, yeah, I'll look a bit more retarded than now. Might have a big red nose like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. From all the whiskey that I drink. And then be talking. Anyway, let's get off that topic. Rant? What do you mean, Ethan? That's all I do. Alrighty. I'm taking it all. I was selling my Cyanatol stuff because I actually don't know why I had sold my Cyanatol stuff, because quite frankly, my hands did the work. My hands decided, hey, you're selling the Cyanatol stuff, and my brain's like, hold on, I want to hoard that. What are you doing? It was weird. Of course people will be playing this game online in 10 years. What do you mean, Ethan? More people are playing this game than 3 Ultimate. And this game is on a successful system. People are still playing 3 Ultimate now. That game came out like 7 years ago, right? So, if you think about it, it makes a whole lot more sense for more people to be playing this game in a longer period of time from now as compared to 3 Ultimate. Because this game was more popular, and also is on a better system, that people are probably not going to sell. I'm pretty sure people just sold their Wii U's or put them in a cupboard never to be used again, which is why they don't really play 3 Ultimate anymore. 3 Ultimate definitely had a lot of people playing it in its heyday. I remember coming online and you couldn't get into the first 3 rooms because they were full. Now, you're lucky to find 10 people in one room, in any of the rooms I should say. But, yeah. In 10 years, I would say people will be playing this game for sure. They don't need a massive boom, Ethan. I think even then, there will be people to play with, and it will be the same number or more than the number of people playing 3 Ultimate today. And probably more, because it's difficult to have less than what is currently on 3 Ultimate. Again, I was wanting to record 3 Ultimate today, and had to change it to this game because no one was playing it. There were only 7 people and they all had their rooms. It was a room of 4 and a room of 2. And I was the 7th guy. So I would have been sitting there in my own room for ages, only to maybe get one person eventually, and then that would be a pretty shit stream, so I didn't want to do that. Oh my god. Ethan, that is my ideal. What you just said is my ideal, but it'll never happen. That's the way it has to be, unfortunately. It'll never fucking happen. But I suppose if they were to remaster the old games it could happen, but it won't happen. They won't remaster the old games. There would be no reason to. I was talking about it before. Pro team. Ooh. I'm a pro. I should join. I'm a pro. Okay, Ethan, when it happens, I'll give you a cookie. In the meantime, it's not going to happen. That's my stance on the issue. Yes, they can capitalize on nostalgia, but as I said before to Potato, we had a conversation about it earlier in the stream, the Monster Hunter games aren't like a normal game series. You have different iterations in a series, they're all quite different from each other, whereas Monster Hunter incorporates a lot from each previous generation. Mostly the monsters. And for me, a series that incorporates so much from previous games has no business doing remasters of previous iterations. So thanks for the feedback, Ethan. What are we hunting? This room is called Pro Team. I'm ready to get professional with you guys. I could give some professional advice, I could play professionally, but so far, this looks like a regular fucking room to me. Maybe maybe he's asking for pro players, because I don't think he's actually pro. He might be. Actually, yeah, he's got a better looking set than your average person in Hunter Rank 170, so, I mean, it's not like this is an amazing set. I'm just saying that a lot of people at Hunter Rank 170 are still running around with Atul. It's kind of like training wheels, you know, it's like seeing a 12-year-old kid riding a bike with training wheels. It's like, ooh. When's someone going to tell him to take those off and learn how to ride a fucking bike? That's what it's like when you see some of these higher ranked people using Atul stuff. Are we just going to fucking sit around and do nothing? Because Charlies are? Charlies are. It's not the 90s anymore. You're not a 6-year-old playing Pokemon. You can have a real name now. Charlies are. Anyway, back, says Julius. Oh, you lost Charizard. That's what you get for leaving, Julius. That's what pros do. Yeah, it seems like it. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm fucking devastated that Charizard is gone. And, it's like the rapture. The sun has returned. Ethan, I've been having a serious problem with my natural lighting scenario today. And it's just gone again. Gone like the wind. Yeah, the lighting keeps changing drastically. There's a terrible balance between the lighting and the chroma key and it's just phasing out now. Nothing's okay. We're all right for now. It's a bit too bright, but at least the chroma key's not doing weird things. Jirachi, for the love of my ass, please come back. I'm in quite a state. The reason why is because I've been well, I was initially frustrated that I couldn't record 3 Ultimate. That put me right off, because I had set everything up to do 3 Ultimate, and then no one was playing. So I came into Generations Ultimate, not really wanting to play it, and then I decided, okay, let's do what we can, and then that puts you in a weird state of mind, and then I got onto a rant about, you know, world players / Rise, and then that put me in a weird mood, so now I'm really... you can join me if you want, Ethan, I don't mind. In fact, let's do that. I'll get that set up now. I usually wouldn't go so far as to... That's my hip flask, sorry. Yeah, everything's a bit of a mess these days. I've got my hip flask here, you know. This is when I need whiskey on the go. But, yeah. Usually I don't go so far as to set these things up live, but may as well do it. I'll have to try and get his audio levels right while we're live, so please forgive me. But yeah, what I'll actually do with that in mind, because there doesn't really seem like there's anything going on in this frickin' room anyway. Where's my... here we go. I'm just calling Ethan on Discord now. I'll unmute my desktop audio when it stopped calling him, because that is an extremely offensive sound, I will mention. So, he did not pick up. Ethan, why do you play this game with me? I'll have to get your audio levels right while live here.
How dare you talk to me about my audio levels like I wasn't born with perfect audio levels?
It's not about your... Okay, it's my interpretation of your audio levels. Whatever I'm receiving.
Your audio levels, alright? How about that?
Yeah.
Alright, hold on. I gotta plug in my, I gotta plug in the old didgeridoo, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. Could you explain that?
Alright, well, I got a new monitor.
Oh.
It's 4K.
Hey.
And, yeah, I really want to play Monster Hunter on that and plug my Switch in, but I don't, without like moving my monitor around and shit, it's gonna be a pain. Hold on. I just gotta
good.
get it.
Well, I'll make a general room. Anyone watching is welcome to come and join if you'd like to. I don't really mind, but...
Oh, this is such a pain in the ass because it's a curved screen. Okay, there we go. Alright, where's the, whoopsies.
As long as none of these banging sounds are the sounds of you dropping your 4K display.
I did, I just dropped it. I didn't drop it on the floor, I put it on its back.
Oh, okay. So you dropped it on its back instead of placing it on its back, is what you're telling me.
No, I placed it.
Okay.
The fuck do you think I am? Some kind of ape man?
You might be.
Jesus Christ. Well, I am. I have hair on my fucking hands and shit.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? I've shown you.
I think of you differently now. Don't talk to me.
I mean, how will I live? How will I survive in this world without you, my precious Doomlink? I honestly though, that would be kind of a sad life for me.
That's fair.
Because if at some point I intend to finish watching all of Gundam with you, here's hoping there's another pandemic soon.
Everyone wants their lives to go back to normal. Meanwhile, we want to watch Gundam, so...
We do. We want to watch
pandemic.
Gundam. And forget anybody who says otherwise, honestly. Like, I really just love Gundam. And it's been a while. Like, there was a minute there where, like, the Gundam fights were running together, and I was like, you know what? I'm good. Like, I could take a long-ass break from watching Gundam ever again. But, no.
Yeah, you weren't much of a fan of the fights, were you? Those long...
No, the fights are not what I enjoy about Gundam. No.
It's funny, because I'm not very much into that either, and I thought you were. And then I realized that we were both sitting there watching these Gundam fights like, oh, okay, this is happening. We're sort of waiting for the story stuff to happen. So, because I thought that you were into it, but you weren't, so...
I mean, I'm into it and everything, it's just, you know... It's...
Well, you're more into the Gundam designs than I am, but I still appreciate them.
I live for Gundam designs, let me tell you. I absolutely adore a well-designed Gundam.
New Gundam is still the best Gundam in my opinion. New Gundam is just, oh. For me, it's just a better version of the original. I love original though.
Don't ever talk to me like that. Don't ever say something so fucking slanderous.
Okay, what's the nicest Gundam design even? Okay, and remember, this does not include Tallgeese because I'm saying Gundams here.
Tallgeese.
No, stop. I would agree.
No, Tallgeese.
I would agree.
Tallgeese is the greatest mobile suit ever designed.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what? Fuck this.
The fuck?
I don't know how to make this thing work like this, so I'm just plugging it into my other monitor, and I'm not gonna have sound. How about that? How about that?
Right. You know what I might do? I might look for a room because no one's joining this room. So what I might do is I'll find a room with not many people in it, like maybe one guy, just one Chinese person who's lonely, and
I do prefer my Monster Hunters Asian.
Yeah, me too. Know. Yeah.
Who's messaging me on Discord? Oh, it's my buddy.
It's someone who's like, I want to play with you now.
Yeah. Well, too bad I played too much Rocket League today, and now I don't want to see it for at least
24 hours. Oh.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Well, sorry.
That's cute. That's cute. You act like I'm not hopelessly addicted to this stupid shit.
Well, there you go.
I'm not gonna have any sound. It's gonna be interesting.
This is what it means to do these things on the fly.
The great thing about having two monitors is that I can have the chat up on my right screen and my game on my left, meaning that I can just respond to people as everything is happening. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna listen to myself on the stream.
Yeah, go for it. It should. The audio level should be fine. It looks fine. I'm going based on...
Why do I sound so echoey?
Don't know. It's just it's a weird thing. You mean, yeah. It's not like there's a... You mean like almost reverberant?
Yeah, it's echoey.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
Oh shit! Potato in the house. Good, I'm hungry as a motherfucker, let me tell you.
Potato has this strange habit of asking me if I'm going to play games that I'm obviously never going to play. Are you going to play Baldur's Gate 3?
Why would you not play Baldur's Gate?
Because I don't really play games. Like, I've told him many times I don't play many games, and he always asks me about the newest game. Are you going to play this? Are you going to play that? I don't play
Yeah, but I
these
mean,
games.
like, you might like Baldur's Gate.
No.
Wait, how am I a flexer? Can you see my camera right now? What's going on?
No.
He called me a flexer, bro. You gonna take that from him? You gonna let him call me that?
Oh, I don't know. What are you? I guess, are you flexing the 4K display?
Oh yeah, I am flexing that pretty hard, not gonna lie.
I'm in a room with Andy. He is Hunter rank 576, and he is very lonely.
Okay, well, tell him I will be right there. I'm knocking out some little chat bubbles if you catch my drift.
Sure.
What's up, potato? Let me get this good chat. Wait, so you can't have... Wait, why? Hold on, this is dumb. Theater mode. Where's the chat? No, because on my phone, right, I can have chat on the screen.
I think we've established that the phone version of YouTube is not very good for reading chats and... Actually, no, it was someone else. Someone was saying that when they were watching me live on their phone, the chat would be on top of my face, which is not great. So.
Well, I mean, that's an option. You can turn that off.
Oh, I see. We've got a Hunter rank 9 Prowler.
I don't like the sound of that already. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Well,
A Prowler?
yeah. You just got the icing on the shit cake.
Dude, I'm gonna be a minute. I gotta answer these little bubbles.
Actually, no, join now, please, because there's only one slot left, and everyone's gonna be rushing to get into the room with the Hunter rank 579, even though they don't know what is on offer quest-wise. Oh, we've got a fucking hyper high rank of all the things. I had my faith in this guy, and he posts a hyper high rank. Whatever.
I think I'm done anyway.
Guess we'll stick with Charge Blade. I'm having a Charge Blade moment today.
Welcome to the world, baby. I don't know why I ever picked up Gunlance. It's actual trash. I hate
Really?
it so much.
Hold on, what's going on? Because
I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I tried to play it while we were with Tyler, and I was just like, this is terrible. This is the worst. I don't like it.
Well, with Gunlance for me, maybe. Well, what about it was enjoyable initially? Because I remember. I say, let me give you some context, my dear viewers. Basically,
it was hard.
we were.
It was hard. And
We
I
were
wanted
playing-
something complicated.
So we were
Sorry,
playing
go ahead.
Freedom Unite, Ethan and I, and we wanted to try a weapon type that he hadn't tried before. He hadn't tried Gunlance before, so he tried Gunlance, and, you know, it's pretty cool when your first experience with a weapon type is in Freedom Unite, because it gives you a really good baseline for going into the other games. You can see how it changes very clearly. And he enjoyed it in Freedom Unite, and then he used it a bit in Portable Third, and had to try to learn it in Portable Third, and then he carried that knowledge over into this game, and now he's saying he really hates it, so there you go.
I hate how slow it is, and every time I pick it up, I feel like I'm not doing any damage to the monster. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I haven't given it enough time to really sink in, but
Well, it seemed like a similar thing with Bow with you, because I was trying to get Ethan into Bow in 4 Ultimate, and he wasn't getting the gratification with his arrow impacts on the monster. He seems to need to see something or feel a certain way to think that he's doing good damage to a monster to be able to enjoy a weapon, which makes sense. That's part of the enjoyment of using a certain weapon type. You feel like you're doing something, but
that's what I loved about World Bow, man. World Bow, you felt like you were making an impact, baby.
That's
that
true.
shit was fire.
I really enjoyed what they did with Bow in World. They completely changed it. That's an example of something that they completely changed that I was okay with. You know,
I watched a video today from Eric's Gaming, and he was talking about an interview that he had where he was basically asking, what is the quest system going to be like? Is it going to be, do you download the event quests and do you just have them? The answer to that was yes, there's no more rotating event quests. We have a mix between the new style of armor skills and the old style. So we don't know what that's going to look like yet, but they said it's a mix between the two.
That's very strange.
Also,
all this information is something that I was too lazy to find out myself, but if you tell me, that's great. That's interesting.
There was one more thing too. It was something that I was like, oh, Doom will like that. The wire bug, unfortunately, is going to be something that is integrated pretty heavily into the combat, but I don't really know to what extent they mean by that. Like, I think that it's part of the weapon now. In the same way that, like, we used to have, like, you know how in World they changed the insect glaive a little bit?
Yes.
To where you could, like, just, like, float around in the air?
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a little bit of that going on.
Okay.
But I don't know if it'll stick or whatever, but we don't know where it is in the timeline. That's another thing we found out. There's no established point in the timeline that we have to work with. And what else was there? I don't know.
Quite so worried about the lore stuff.
It's info that, like, I heard and I was like, oh, Doom will like that. I think the most important thing is that there's no rotating quests. There are guild quests and village quests, much like the old days. And on top of that, we are getting a mix between old school and new school armor skills. But we're keeping stuff like we're getting to keep the bow the way that it was in World.
Yeah, I'm alright with
course,
that.
I'm sure
I don't
it's
want...
gonna have wire bug.
This is the problem. I'm worried that if bows are the same, then bow guns will be the same, and I absolutely hated how they changed bow guns. Hated that.
Well, I mean, I get that, but you don't have to. I hate to say it, but you don't have to play bow gun if you don't like it that much.
Yeah, that's right. And I know why you hate to say that. It shouldn't be. I shouldn't be forced to stop playing one of my main weapon types, but I'm content with that. Like, if it really fucking sucks, I won't play it, and I'll live with that somehow.
My question is, what was it about the way that they changed the bow gun that really got under your skin? Was it the fact that it was, like, too easy?
No, it has nothing to do with whether it's easy or hard. Like, that whole idea has never bothered me in any game, whether it be Monster Hunter, whether it be anything. For example, and I will get to that bowgun point you made, but I'll do a quick aside. One of the complaints that people have about World is that it's too easy. I don't give a shit. Like, the fact that World is easy is not an issue. It's the things that they chose to streamline which is an issue, and the byproduct of what they have streamlined is the fact that it's easier. If it's an easier Monster Hunter game, that's fine. I'm not really challenged by Monster Hunter, to be honest, so I don't play it for the challenge. For example, if they came out with a Souls game that was particularly easier than the original Souls game, like Dark Souls or Demon Souls, for example, Dark Souls 3, I'm not going to sit there playing it thinking, this is too easy. It doesn't bother me. Now, as far as bowguns, what bothered me, I was bothered on two fronts. First and foremost, it was the aiming system. It was that hip-fire aiming system that I never fucking used, that was not even originally in the series with bowguns. That was only introduced, I believe, in 2nd gen. That fucking hip-fire system where you can't really fully aim down. I like to be able to fully commit to an aiming scenario, where I can only see...
like that you can't aim down the sights.
Yeah. That's really important to me with bowgunning. I've always done that. That is the best way to use it.
I think that they're going to do that, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
It's because it's on the Switch in particular. I think that they're going to integrate the weird aim system that they added to Breath of the Wild, where like small movements in how you hold your Switch will change how you're aiming.
So the gyroscope thing.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying that because it just makes sense to me. But also, like, I think it would make more sense to go with something in between old and new for the bowguns.
Well, the second thing that pissed me off about bowguns, and to be honest, it was even worse than the whole aiming system, it was the way the bullets traveled. They moved very slowly. It almost felt like I had to shoot where the monster was going rather than where the monster was. That was never something that I had to do with bowgun before that point. I don't have a problem with doing that in shooter games, you know, shooting where the enemy is going to be. That's fine.
Leading your target.
Yeah, I don't really mind, but it's not Monster Hunter gunning for me at all. So on two rather major fronts, they overhauled the gunning, and in my opinion, it was a big step back for the experience. Big step back.
Right. I think that they have to do something like that because of how dynamic the monsters are now, and the fact that at the end of the day, the gun, if left unchecked, like you saw how it was when the game first came out, we got, what was it? Slicing?
Yeah,
and
slicing.
It broke the game. Like, gunning is so hard to keep balanced in Monster Hunter, so any little advantage they can take away from it, they have to.
But it just, I do appreciate...
That's a good place to take it because they don't think that people are going to notice it.
I appreciate that perspective and that argument, but the problem is that it completely dies. It basically gets nuked with the realization that they completely ruined the balancing of gunning through spread in World. They basically made spread in its balanced form should be high recoil, get close to the monster to do your damage. And then they got rid of that by having it like no recoil, shoot a lot of it, and then I guess you still need to be close to the monster, but still, like, it's just so ridiculously overpowered.
No, yeah, they definitely gave the guns too many options for, like, removing negatives from the gun that you chose.
Yeah, the gun has to have drawbacks by design because you are automatically in a more favorable position when using a gun as compared to a Blade Master weapon, because with a Blade Master weapon you have to get in there, you have to get in and find the monster. I guess it doesn't apply so much with spread, because with spread you do have to get in close. But with guns in general, you are supposed to be at a disadvantage in a sense, because you're already distanced from the combat. So you're not going to be getting hit as often, which is, for example, why defense is lower with bow guns traditionally. So,
yeah,
I think Capcom...
they've got some work to do on the guns, and I think that I don't think they have much of a cause to change it, because of the fact that I don't know if there's a lot of people out there that complained about it in World, but the thing that they do have to change is how overpowered they are. Period. The guns have to not be as powerful in World or in Rise, because in World they are 100% broken.
But you know, here's the problem with that.
What does Andy want? P2.
He wants me as player 2 in the list to choose a quest.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Don't know. What do you... Okay, I'll post what you want. What would you like to hunt? If you don't want to hunt anything, I'll post something random. But as far as the balancing... Well, I was going to post for you, but that's alright.
Yeah, we'll just...
I'll just...
like it was
gonna let him know. And say Curb can post. So, but yeah, I think the main issue here, when you say that it's important for Capcom, and of course what you're saying is 100% correct, it's important for Capcom to ensure that bow guns are not too strong. Now, let's go over to Capcom's side. Let's assume they have realized that bow guns need to be a little weaker. They're not going to make them a little weaker, they're going to completely nerf them, probably. I mean, there's no guarantee that this will happen, but Capcom's track record would suggest that they can't balance things properly. They either make them too strong or too weak. So, I'm worried that with so many monsters being completely annihilated by certain bowgun setups in World, I'm worried that that's going to incentivize Capcom to make bowguns generally shit compared to other options in Rise. That's always how it is. It has to be on one end of the fucking spectrum. I don't know why. For example...
Here's the weird... Yeah, go ahead.
With Sword and Shield in first generation, because it was a beginner's weapon type, they made it really strong. And then what did they do for the entirety of second generation? They made it the worst weapon type to possibly choose. It did no damage at all. And it almost never recovered. It sort of did. It got better in 3rd gen, and in 4th gen it was pretty good, but generally speaking, it never recovered. And in 2nd gen it was the worst. You would never use Sword and Shield, and that is not how you balance something. You don't take something that's super overpowered and then make it so bad that you would never use it. Unfortunately, Capcom can't seem to help themselves, so I'm worried that's going to happen with bowgun.
I'm with you to an extent.
Yeah.
But I think that they have a lot of experience in this now, and on top of that, you have a developer, that guy that we talked about, the guy that's been like a hero of the series for a long time.
Yeah.
He directed some of the older ones.
Mr. Bald
But
guy.
I think that we might have something here. The big problem is that bow guns in this particular game, right? This game is where they're perfectly balanced. This is the best balance that we've ever gotten with bow guns, and it's in this game we're playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And it favors the old system, not the new, when it comes to armor skills. So they have to find that happy medium, and I think that they're capable of doing it. And Jenny, yes, I would love, love, love to see a new weapon in the game that's basically just a cannon, and it can only fire like the greatsword. You have to like sit there and charge it, and then you get like a really big slow shot that does a lot of damage, and then you can like smack the monster for light damage. Basically do like the gun slap, only it's like attack, boom, boom, attack, boom, stuff like that. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I do feel like the heavy bowgun is something of a greatsword equivalent for ranged weapons, but that's going even further. That's really making it like the greatsword in that you need to put yourself in a vulnerable position for a while to get your damage out, which I think would be interesting.
Can I tell you my dirty little secret?
Sure.
In every Monster Hunter game, I love the charge blade. I love the hammer. But do you know what weapon makes me feel the best out of all of them? Sword and shield.
That's not dirty at all. I love sword and shield. That's always been one of my favorite weapon types for sure. There's this strange, I think it's because it's the default weapon. There's this really weird, it gets a bad rap for being a beginner's weapon, but you know what? It's the most balanced. It's very direct, very, when you use it, it's not like you're flailing all over the place. When you're attacking something specifically. You can shield, you can attack fast, you have incredible evasion capabilities because every attack is an individual attack, so you can roll at any time. It is the perfect weapon. And they balance it by making it a little weaker than your average weapon. These days, anyway. So I love the sword and shield for sure. I mean, I was in this weird position when in 4th generation they changed the jump forward draw slash into a slide forward. Now that sounds really ridiculous to actually take issue with that, but for me there was almost a verticality that you had with the jump forward draw slash. And when they turned it into a slide, it felt all wrong, and I fucking hated it. I'm finally over that, I think. I think I've finally gotten used to the slide forward.
I like the slide, actually. Personally, I think that the slide looks very cool. But I think that the one that's more realistic is the jump.
The jump really did feel like I was more capable. I feel like I could do more with it, and it was also easier to position with it as well. But I think ultimately I still don't prefer the slide, but I've learned to tolerate it. Both of us are stuck.
I'm getting clapped.
Yeah, this is hyper laggy. Can be a problem at times.
I have a full energy blade. Ow. This guy's kind of a jerk.
Jenny also mentions a longbow weapon type. That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
That would be very cool. But again, we're just looking at different weapon types that are similar to other weapon types, but heavier. I would still like to see them do something a little more creative.
That's true.
And maybe make something new completely. I had the idea for like a whip weapon that was for like rallying monsters into positions, where it essentially you cracked the whip, and the sound would like make the monster move. So it would do less damage, but it would be good for positioning the monster effectively.
The thing is, ideas are one thing, but execution is another, and I don't know if I trust Capcom to execute these things well. I think it's very easy to say that...
You don't trust Capcom for anything.
I don't. I really don't.
You have no faith in them.
You know why? It's because they've shown that they can't be trusted. It takes them a full generation to get something right sometimes. Not just one game or two. It can take them a full generation to get something right. And what that means is that when they first introduce something new, it's going to be imbalanced. It's going to either suck or be too strong or not be quite right. And I guess it's easy to say, well, never change anything because it's going to suck. Eventually we will reap the benefits of the change in question, but unfortunately there are teething problems, such as the insect glaive. That was a huge issue. Mounting in general.
Yeah, that ability to fly around all over the place is really stupid. And it also is like one of those things where it's not even the right way to do damage. It seems like a noob trap.
Yes.
And I don't like that being built in. I don't like them feeling like they need to animate the shit up. Like, your game is already cool. Your game has always been cool.
Yes.
Stop adding My Hero Academia elements to it. It's not necessary at all.
Which is the whole idea of, and we were talking about this last time with Sam as well when he was here, about how, you know, you've got Clutch Claw and now we've got the Y-Bug being used in combat. It's not needed. Your combat is great already. Why add a fucking thing to keep people interested? I mean, what sort of shallow person needs that to be interested in the series? I feel like if someone needs that, they're not interested in the series itself. They're interested in
I think they're just a little out of touch because of how many people bought the newer games, so they have all these incentives to like keep things a certain way. But then there's the old school people like us who are just like, listen, we like
Monster Hunter.
We like a certain element of Monster Hunter that you guys don't seem to value anymore, and you are out of touch with us.
I think ultimately they are dealing with... I mean, it's a confusing situation for them, but it's also very overwhelming because of who they need to appeal to. They have actually created a scenario where you've obviously got the niche players from the old days, and they, of course, they not only value them, they also want to show that they value them. I don't think that Capcom is so soulless that they don't care about the traditional Monster Hunter players, but it's very hard for them to also appeal to those people. And in my opinion, the traditional Monster Hunter player is synonymous with the Japanese Monster Hunter player. I really feel that way. I could be a little wrong about that, but I think that to an extent that is correct. The traditional Monster Hunter player and the Japanese player are one and the same. They are caught between appealing to that person and also appealing to the person who would ultimately be left behind if they were to make a game that were directly in line with traditional Monster Hunter when that person in question had started in World. I mean, imagine having World and then going effectively backwards and making it so that the series is completely different again. I mean, that would completely alienate the World player, and they don't want to do that. So again, they do have to find that happy medium, which is clearly what they're aiming to do, but what that brings on for them is a great deal of headache, and difficult decisions, and confusion, and in my opinion, that would be fucking overwhelming. I mean, I would not wish that situation on anyone. So in that way, and this links into my ability to be content with the game that we're playing right now being the last good Monster Hunter game. Like, I'm okay with Monster Hunter changing, because it has to change with the current environment. It has to. And I just need to wait and see if that's going to be something that I will do. But I will not... I have reached a point now where I will not hold it against Capcom if it changes for the worse, because they really do have too many people to please, I think. Too many varieties of people to please, more specifically. And I am admittedly a minority within that variety, but still.
Right.
This release, Monster Hunter Rise, for the series, is absolutely key. I can't stress that enough. This release is the defining way forward for Monster Hunter, the series. Because World was the game that really broke it to a community that had never played it before. So of course Rise has to be that game that establishes the norms that will be the groundwork for future games. So it's really important that we pay attention to what's going on and also give Capcom feedback where we find it necessary. One of the things I'm scared about is Capcom receiving the wrong feedback. Feedback from idiots who don't know what the hell's going on, and that's not necessarily people who have different opinions from me. There are people who have very good reasons for feeling a certain way about, you know, their opinions that differ from mine. It's the people who don't know what the fuck they're thinking. People who don't know what's good, what's bad. They're brainless and they sit there and go, "This is great." Those are the people that we don't want Capcom to listen to. Those yes men. The people who, you know, Capcom could shit on a plate and they'd eat it up. Those are the people we don't want Capcom listening to. And I think Capcom are in a position where they realise they can't listen to those people because we've got a serious game on the line. We've got a series that has a long history. We have a lot of niche players and a lot of new players. It's a tentative period. And I think Capcom understand the weight of the situation. I hope.
I'm gonna die.
Well, you were right about that.
Wait, only one person died.
That's not true. I think we had a triple... No, someone died just before you, and someone had died earlier on in the quest, and I don't think anyone had insurance.
That's really annoying. I think I want to make a sword and shield set.
So skill-wise, I actually have Guard +1 on my Sword and Shield set, but interestingly enough, that's only an extra skill that I was able to get. I would never actually want a Guard skill on a Sword and Shield set, but I suppose... Do you think you would want high-grade earplugs on a Sword and Shield? Because I generally don't.
No, I would probably want Handicraft, Expert, Tenderizer, Critical Up.
Tenderizer is
And then
interesting
something
because...
other than artillery.
Yeah, something other than...
Maybe I would go with like razor sharp.
I would say Repeat Offender would be good.
Repeat offender. That's
Because Sword and Shield is one of those weapons that you're always attacking with, so you'll always get the benefits of Repeat Offender for sure.
I can honestly use this set for the most part, except for I'd have to get, like I said, I'd have to get rid of artillery, and instead of artillery, I'd have to use, and mostly artillery is just coming from my boots and the charm, which I have 4 in. I think that's from, I think I gemmed in artillery, so I think that what I can do is get rid of that, put in razor sharp.
Yeah, so do you have any other expert? No, your talisman. Yes, I see. So, yeah,
the
that's
only
actually
problem
not
with
too
that
bad.
is that the boots that I'm wearing provide artillery and handicraft, so I don't know.
Yeah, we're not going to change the boots, although it would be necessary to change the decoration. So your boots are only contributing to artillery,
Oh, the
I
decoration.
think.
No, you're right.
Yeah, so it's just the decoration that's contributing to... So all we would need to do is change the decorations you have in your boots and your talisman. And then we might be able to get a different skill that would be more appropriate. I don't know what that would be, but...
Either Repeat Offender or Razor Sharp, and then that's basically a nice sword and shield set.
Repeat Offender won't be achievable with 6 slots, I don't think. So...
No, I should have 10, because 4 of those slots are on the charm. It's a 4 slot, and all 4 of them are... Let me go look.
Well, while you work that out, I'm going to take a brief
Oh, are
trip
you
to the
looking at my
bathroom.
set right now?
Oh, I was looking at... Yeah, I was looking at what you had there. But,
Okay, so you're right.
I'll be back in just a moment.
You're right.
You're right. I'll be a minute or two.
You want to let them know? Jesus, I hope he's okay in there. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. Doom, you alright, buddy? Oh, good lord. You could not possibly have enough toilet paper. That's water. Are you okay? No. Yeah. Completely forgot. No, no. No, I didn't. I didn't.
You guys are very funny, aren't you? I had muted myself. Yeah, there you go. Excellent.
I didn't make a joke.
You didn't make a joke. It's just I don't know
No.
when. I don't know when you fuck with me and when you don't. So. Yeah, I didn't. I had muted myself in OBS.
Now I feel bad. I feel bad because
Don't.
you. No, I do because I have to be honest with you. I have to. Don't hit me with the whole like you're a trickster bullshit.
Oh, okay.
But when you left, I went on my phone and I looked up pooping sounds.
Oh, for God's sake. That sounds about right. Okay, so when I was muted, guys, I said there's about a 50-50 chance that either Ethan forgot to do this because he was distracted by his armor set, or he had remembered to make a pooping joke. Turns out he made a fucking pooping joke, alright. And it far surpassed anything he had done so far. My God.
I don't intend to work on my armor set. I intend to tell you what I want and let you and your big brain do it for me. That's how this works.
Ethan, do you realize what's just happened? Andy departed on the quest with you and not with me.
Oh.
Because Andy has made the decision to, live on stream, demonstrate himself to be a massive bell end by departing on a quest without the other person and actually waste everyone's time because...
Well, fuck them. Let's go make this armor set and start on a sword and shield.
Well, are we happy with the armor set itself? Because again, well, while you were,
Well, I mean,
I see here I was thinking you were going to look into your armor set, and instead you're getting fucking pooping noises up on your phone.
Yeah, yes, of course. No, my intention, like I said, was to just let you
dial up a set in Athena's ass.
Well, yeah, because like I said, all we have to do, because we can keep most of this. Most of this is perfect. Sharpness +2, critical eye +2, weakness exploit, critical boost. Like, these are all good skills. The only thing that doesn't service me is artillery novice. We get rid of that, and we put in something like razor sharp, which I'd be completely happy with, then I can use basically any element. Unless I want to make a set for every single element that has element up, but I don't know if that's going to be worthwhile.
You know, obviously your joke worked very well, because Gessiger is like, seriously, what the fuck is that noise?
Oh, your Twitch viewers?
Yeah, no, not Twitch, just YouTube.
Okay.
I don't know if Andy is mentally retarded. He might be, because he did depart on the quest without me, but he's still there, and he's got a full room of people sitting here, so, I mean, whatever, fuck this guy. Should we just leave? Actually, before we leave, let me just make sure that we don't need to do something drastically different from what you already have. Are you happy with all your skills except for artillery novus, Ethan? Is that the situation?
I can't think of anything that would be better for sword and shield than that.
Well, let me jog my memory. Oh yeah, razor sharp is a good one as well. My set has... Oh, that's right. Speed sharpening, razor sharp. So, okay, let me tell you my set. Critical eye +3, speed sharpening, razor sharp, critical boost, guard +1. So I don't have handicraft on this. But if you'd prefer handicraft...
I would like speed sharpening, but at the end of the day, like, if I have razor sharp, I don't need it.
It's fair. Okay, we can go with what you have here, and then try to make something. So... just need to get Athena's up. Give me a moment.
Guys, I'm sorry about the poop joke.
Yeah, you should apologize.
It's highly inappropriate. I'm a 30-year-old man.
Let's let that sink in for a moment.
Shut up. Why don't you... Yeah, never mind.
This guy is like 6 years older than me, right? Anyway.
I've got whiskey next to me. I could drink some whiskey.
What whiskey?
It's Bullet. Bullet Rye. My favorite Bullet.
I didn't know you bought whiskey for your own consumption.
Of course. I'm 30 years old.
To bring home, I should say. Of course you buy whiskey for your own consumption, but I mean like to bring home.
Question is, should I have some? I don't see why not.
Well, how much do you have?
Oh, I have a whole bottle.
Ah. So that's when the question becomes more pressing because.
Oh, I got kicked.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so the guy basically threw a tantrum. He was like, "I've been forced to solo after departing after a person's like, etc., etc." And then he just he comes back, kicks everyone. What an absolute baby! Go get your diaper changed, you fucking infelict bastard.
Get your shit together. What a whiner. What a total bitch boy.
He is a bitch boy. Have some whiskey, Ethan.
I have to take my medicine first so my acid reflux doesn't go wild.
Yeah, go for it. We can be whiskey bros.
I don't have a decanter to drink out of, but I can drink out of the bottle like Jason Momoa.
I generally don't decant my whiskey, but I do have a nice glass to drink out of. A nice crystal Glencairn.
Drink it out of the bottle.
I know. What I mean is that there's something about drinking out of the bottle that, for me, it's like, whoa. It has an image thing. It's an image. Like, if you do it in the privacy of your own home where no one else can see you, I guess it's fine. I still wouldn't do it, but.
It's my bottle. I don't know. It's not.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. I'm not stopping.
I'm not. Listen, I'm just saying the image thing is. It's not. It definitely would not bother. Even if I was out in public and I was like at the beach, and I had my own bottle, I'm not gonna like force myself to pour it into a glass just because I don't. Want
Oh
to
yeah,
look at me
sure.
Go, oh my god, look at that guy. He's such an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you're damn
Well,
right.
if you're at the beach with a bottle of whiskey, drinking that out of the bottle, there's definitely going to be there's going to be at least 10 people who at some point in the day are just going to be like, holy shit.
Well, they're probably going to do that because of my back hair before they do it because of the whiskey. I swear, on my chest, it's the bat signal. On my back, I actually have a cape.
Okay, I'm slowly but surely getting the right skills on Athena's ass. So we've got sharpness +2, got critical eye +2.
That'd be great if I already had all the parts for it. That would be dope.
We've got critical boost.
Pablo. You know what? Never mind. Never mind. Nope. Not engaging.
That's a... Ethan doesn't die that much. He'd have to die a lot to get me in the hospital. From drinking too much. I've got a bit too much tolerance, you see.
Haters.
Now, if Ethan were to die every 10 minutes for the next 7 hours, yeah. Maybe. But, no. Even then, I'm not sure. I probably wouldn't be in a good way, but... Then again, a shot?
You'd be hilarious.
I wouldn't be that hilarious. I'd just be a little
angry
tired.
About dumb shit.
No, I'd just be a little tired.
Fucking cats. Fucking cats. I hate cats. And just like going off about cats.
No, when I'm drunk off my ass, I just sort of... well, yes, I suppose I wouldn't hold back on that. I'd probably... yeah, if I was drunk off my ass, I'd probably sit here getting really pissed off about Outlaw Car for, like, about an hour. Because time flows very differently under those circumstances, of course.
Am I a mod in your stream?
No, I should make you one.
Yeah,
I mean...
you should do that.
Gimme just a moment.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing so much at one time.
And I promise I will not short ban Pablo from chat.
Don't do that.
That is not a thing I'm thinking about right now.
Good. Because Pablo is one of our dearest viewers. I love Pablo. And you love him too, you know that.
How long does timeout last?
If you're going to abuse people with your powers, you will not be a mod.
Why would I not abuse people with my power? That is the one benefit to having power, is the abuse of other people.
No comment.
You're all on watch.
Yeah, be careful. Don't tell Ethan that he dies frequently. Pablo says, "Don't make Ethan a mod. I feel like he'll ban me." Well, don't worry. If he does, you'll be unbanned, and Ethan will never be a mod in anything ever.
What? What if he actually does something bannable?
Okay, well that's a different situation. But
Alright.
shit, I'm losing my mind. So we've got sharpness +2, critical eye +2, critical boost. What other skill did you have that won't change? I can't remember it now. Oh, weakness exploit. Was it weakness exploit? Yeah.
Yeah, it's weakness exploit.
Cool.
Yeah, the only thing that needs to be gotten rid of is artillery, and then that's basically a beautiful, beautiful set.
You know what's not beautiful? I don't know what talismans you have, and it's kind of difficult to get an extra. So if you've already
we're not
got,
changing the talisman.
What's your talisman again?
It's that one nice talisman that we got. You don't remember?
Oh, no, it's like weakness
super...
exploit expert, but I don't know what the points are for it.
Yeah, it's super Gucci Sarducci. Let me see.
Gessiger, you know, every time I record Demon Souls, I'm doing Drunk Souls, so get on my level, please.
Jesus, humble brag. This guy.
Well,
am
you
I
try
right?
playing a Souls game where every time you play it, your reaction time is decreased by like 30%.
Okay,
It's
so
hard.
it's 3 slot. It's 3 slot. It's Tenderizer +5 and Expert +6.
Cool.
Cool.
So we'll have to go with a skill that, okay. And then, so what you'll actually have is a full available 3 slot, and then an available 2 slot, because that's what you've got your artillery jewels in.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to find a skill that can be acquired with that. Because basically the level 3 decoration can give different points depending on the skill, and then the level 2 gives different points depending on the skill. So what we might end up doing is giving you more. We won't necessarily do this, but we could just do something as simple as giving you critical eye +3. But if there's another solution, then we can go with that, because if we give you critical eye +3, we won't be able to do anything with those 2 remaining slots. So that could be a waste. But
Is Razor Sharp going to be part of this equation?
I think we could get Razor Sharp with those slots. Let me just check the decorations for that. I think we want to go closer here. Here we go, Razor. So what have we got? Ooh. +4 on the 3 slot? Suck me off.
Is that bad?
Yeah, it's bad. Because you can only get as many as 6 points with 5 slots for Razor Sharp. I don't know why Razor Sharp has been deemed to be such an expensive fucking decoration skill, but whatever. Well, I kind of understand why.
Well, I can cut back on something like Critical Eye plus. I can cut back to Critical Eye +1.
Could do that. But would you... Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. But have you gemmed up? How many... Okay, what... Check how many talismans you... Or rather, decorations you have for Expert. See how many slots you've taken up for that. Yeah, makes sense, Getsuga. I mean, I'm not going to sit here saying... Like, I don't consider myself to be superior to anyone because I drink a lot and therefore have a high tolerance. Like, it's definitely not that way. I mean, yeah, you can feel superior while you're at the bar, and you've got all these people getting pissed on, like, really light beer, and you just whip out the... You can just keep having the doubles of brandy, and you're just like, yeah, whatever, whatever, whatever. Hey, guys, how you going? But...
I have 2 slots dedicated to white, right?
Yeah, but unfortunately that's still not going to be enough because we don't have a proper level 2 talisman, or why do I keep saying talisman instead of charm? No! Talisman instead of decoration. So, we don't have a dedicated level 2 decoration for Razor Sharp, which means that we don't get like a +3 from a 2 slot. You can only get +4 from a 3 slot, or you've got single decorations with single slots. So,
Hold on, let me see what is going on with the stew.
do you even have any sword and shields? I'm assuming you don't.
No, not a 1.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, I'm lying. I have the Tusk Gear, I have Hero's Blade, I have Worn Sword, I have Dragon Steel Sword. That's it.
That's not too bad. Dragon Seal is a good starting point because that's, as I remember it, the Lao Shanlong sword and shield. Why would you make a Lao Shanlong sword and shield? We must have been working... Ah, you know what we would have been doing?
I have 3 slots. 3 slots right now dedicated to artillery.
Yeah, I know that. So we've already taken artillery into consideration. It's more than 3, it's 5 slots, isn't it? You've got 3 on the talisman.
I have a 3 slot. It's dedicated.
Wait, what?
A 2 slot for expert. Is there any other skill we can think of that would be kind of like Razor Sharp or in that avenue that would be positive for the sword and shield that would be easier to get?
The closest is speed sharpening. I did not mean to equip that. Closest is speed sharpening. I'm assuming
would
that's
be easy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm assuming that would be easy to get. So if we grinder, I believe it's should be grinder. Oh, what the fuck? It's the same. Why is this the same?
They know. They
Wait, no,
just know.
sharpener. I think sharpener is the. I'm so confused. Is it sharpener or? Grinder must be... No, grinder must be something else. Yeah. So, sharpener, which is speed sharpening, is really easy. Because it's 1 slot for 2 points. So, with your... We can do that. So you'll be able to get all those skills. This is assuming that you do have 5 slots available when you get rid of all your artillery stuff. You kept on saying 3. I think you've got 5 dedicated to... So you've got 3 on your talisman, and then I think 2 slots on your legs. And you'll be able to get 10 points if you've got 5 slots available to get sharpening. What's going on your legs? What decorations do you have?
One moment, I'm taking off my artillery. Legs is 3 artillery. And then the actual... Yep, I got 5.
Cool. So that means you'll be able to get speed sharpening along with weakness exploit, critical boost, critical eye +2, and sharpness +2. So all you need to do is make 5 grinder jewel level 1s. It is a single slot for a +2 in sharpener. And it gives no negative skill, which is pretty cool.
Sharp level 1?
Yeah, so there's only a level 1 talisman
No,
for...
what the hell? Grinder and sharpener are 2 different things. Hold on.
Yes. Now, sharpener... This is really confusing. Grinder is a skill point, whereas the sharpener's skill point has a decoration called Grinder Jewel. But Grinder Jewels don't give you Grinder the skill point. I don't know what the fuck Capcom were thinking, but they're idiots. Because sometimes the skills...
I'm trying to find the skill
it's
you
yellow.
were telling me about.
So it's... Look for the yellow... yellow decoration called Grinder Jewel 1. And it gives Sharpener +2. As a single slot talisman. Decoration. Lost my mind today.
Oh. I only have grinder.
Cool. So Grinder Jewel 1, it's yellow, rarity 4, sharpness 2. Do you have everything you need for 5 of them?
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. So that can be your sword and shield set. That's perfectly reasonable. We're not just making concessions here. That's a perfectly viable sword and shield set. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Me too. I just need to put on a decent sword and shield, change my hunter style, or hunter arts, rather. Let's look. Equipment. I have sharpness +2, critical eye, speed sharpening, weakness exploit, and critical boost. Very good set. You said we can start with the hero's
Last
sword and shield?
Yeah, that's assuming it is Lao
I
Shan.
don't want to fucking fight him for parts.
Okay, so, well then again, I haven't really established what the best dragon sword and shield is. I use the Elatrion one, but I don't think that's the best. At least not by my standards.
Well,
so.
I'm at the armor guy right now, so I can go ahead and forge one. So tell me what I need to make, and we can start upgrading it.
Well, this is the thing. I don't know what you would like to make, because whatever I
For
dictate
now, we gotta
to
go
you...
raw.
Okay.
For now, we gotta go with just the raw. That's the
Okay.
best start.
Cool, so you've got sharpness +1, so that makes life a lot easier. That means we've got a whole lot more options available to us for raw weapons, so...
Or we can go with the Nursilla one, which has sleep.
I don't like that. We'll go for raw. Let me just get the dex up. Okay. I'm going to filter based on attack. What have we got?
Probably be good to include a sharpness level as well. So, like, if we can get a high sharpness one, like a sharpness purple.
Getting purple sharpness won't really work, but that's fine because sharpness at the purple level doesn't give as much of a damage increase as it did in the previous games. This was the first game to really balance, well, Generations was the first game to really balance out the damage of purple. Although, can you even get purple in Generations? I don't think you can, so therefore this is the first game to properly balance purple. Purple has always dealt such an incredible increase of damage that it was always worthwhile to sharpen up to it. But here, because it's only a balanced increment, you can pretty comfortably not have purple with some of your weapons. So, with that in mind, well then again...
Is it the Diablos one? Do I need to make the spiked bat?
No. No, I think we
Really?
found a decent weapon that has good purple. It only has -10 affinity, which means you'll get +10.
+10.
Yeah. Yeah, so this looks like... It's called the Bonebreaker Tabar. And let me just see how we make this. Hopefully it's not too lengthy a process. So it starts with... Oh god. So let me go through my forging screen, so I can sort of help you out with this. So Bone Tabar. Here we go. So Bone Tabar. It's this thing fully upgraded for those watching. So fortunately you can make the first level of this outright. That makes life a whole lot easier. Now let me see if I can make any... No, there won't be anything. Okay, cool. So go into your... Yeah, go into your sword and shield crafting thing and find Bone Tabar.
Bone pick?
Bone pick. No, it won't be. No, bone pick is rarity 2. You want to... Yeah, that's rarity 1. So we want to fully upgrade that.
Okay. So just level it up.
Yep. It will level straight up to its max. you want to stay on that. I don't even know if it branches out onto anything else, but if it does, don't...
It does.
Actually...
It branches out to a bunch of shit.
Okay, just only upgrade the bone tabar. That's all you want. Yep. That'll be good. That'll be a good weapon. That will be pretty reasonable purple, along with white, and it will be 360 raw damage with positive 10 affinity with your set.
Jesus Christ. It has plus 10 affinity, plus 2. It's purple, all the way into blue, 360 attack. This thing is disgusting.
It's really good. This is a great case in point for not using Atul-Kar weapons. Because Atul-Kar by comparison would be 340. This is an additional 20 raw, which is a big deal in this game. When it comes to true damage, an additional 20 is a big deal.
What are the arts that I need to use?
So I would recommend... Let me
Chaos
remember what's...
oil, probably.
Chaos oil is very good. I would recommend the dance thing. Hold on, let me remember what it's called. Well, not remember, but actually...
Sword Dance 3?
Sword Dance, yeah. Sword Dance is very good. And Chaos oil. That's what I use. Chaos oil is probably the priority. The others are probably
I only have
interchangeable.
Chaos oil too.
That's fine. Chaos oil 3 is really hard to get. Well, hard. It's hard in the sense that you need to do a really annoying quest for it. I can't remember what it is. It's some sort of G-rank multi-hyper quest. I think that's what it is. I think it's Gold Raytheon and Silver Rathalos together, hyper. Which is terrible, by the way. One of the worst quests you can do in the series, so they make you work for it.
Oh, that's right. I can't use my keyboard. Raw SNS. What a good set. Now I just need to go add some oils to my inventory for my equipment.
Yeah, really good starting point with Sword and Shield. So we could aim for some... You want to make some elemental Sword and Shields, right?
Oh, of course.
So what I would recommend that you do, because I never like to dictate to people what elemental weapons they should use, so you should have a look through the list of weapons that you can make through whatever reference you use for the game, and find what elements for each sword and shield you would like to personally make. Whatever seems right to you.
Oh, I'm out of antidotes, I guess. Just done 99 in there. Okay. I don't think I have enough room in here for everything that I want. So I have to drop some stuff. We'll go with... What to get rid of?
What are you doing at the moment again?
Mega Dash Juice. I don't need that. I don't need Psycho Serum. And that gives me enough for some oils. Affinity oil is probably one that I want to keep handy. And I would say Mind's Eye oil.
I'm very lazy. I don't really use oils in this game. I just rely purely on Chaos Oil, and before I used Chaos Oil, nothing. I just didn't have the habit of doing it. I didn't remember to bring it every time, so...
Alright, I'm ready to hunt.
Cool. Do you know what you want to make?
No.
Find a fire, sword, and shield that you would like to make, and we will work on
Oh, why
it.
not just use the Rathalos one? Isn't that one like the best one?
It's more of a... Well, what I use is a mixture of Gold Rathian and Silver Rathalos. It's... Well, technically it's just purely Gold Rathian, but it does use Silver Rathalos parts as well. It's up to you. I mean, there's no... Well, I suppose there is a true ideal weapon, but... It's best to decide on what you think is best, I think.
Well,
If you
I have
don't mind.
put zero thought into this, so I think that I'll probably just go with whatever you've got.
Okay. So I've got the Rarity 7 Golden Riot, which is the initial Gold Rathian Sword and Shield. It upgrades into something else called the Platinum Dawn, which I have decided is not as good as the Golden Riot. This one is more balanced. It has good sharpness, good attack, and high element. And 2 slots. So it's a good weapon. I like it. Seems the most balanced to me, so that's what I went with. As far as how to make it, let me see if it can be made outright. I don't think it can be. I think it starts with the regular Rathalos Sword and Shield, but I will make sure.
Which I can't make right now. I do not
Okay.
have the means.
So that means... Ugh. Hold on. So yeah, I'm assuming it starts with the Jinn, which... What do you need for that? Wrath Marrow, I'm assuming?
Something like that. Hold on, let me go look.
Because Wrath Marrow is always what I'm missing. I happen to have 6. I don't know how I got 6, but...
Flame sacks. I need 3 of them.
How many marrows do you have out of interest?
I have 2.
That's not bad. It's better than 1. Okay, let's get some flame sacks. Let's do some... I'm gonna make a room.
Roll rank?
No, I just changed rooms. Well, okay. Let's make a... separate room.
Kind of sleepy.
I would imagine that you are. What time is it then?
Oh, it's like 12:30.
That's not too bad.
No, not at all.
Because there's been a time change over here. I don't know, have you had a time change over there?
Oh, time changes all day.
This is true.
In a couple minutes, it's gonna be like 12:35. After that, it'll be like 12:40.
I won't argue with that.
You couldn't if you tried.
No. Could not.
Poon.
It's not poo, it's poon.
That's what I said. Poon.
Didn't quite
Put the
hit the
N on
N
there.
the first time.
You weren't listening for the N. I don't know what you were listening for.
Well, you know all about poon. I know a little
Yep.
less.
I'm an expert. You know?
Yeah.
Real Pablo de Gash. You know what I'm saying, dude? You know what I'm saying.
I do. Alright, low rank Rathalos. Time for some fun. Hopefully he won't last too long.
Are you kidding? We're gonna crush him.
Yes. I think we will.
Lord. Good lord.
Oh,
What
look
an
at that beautiful set.
exceptional
Look at that. That is absolutely tasty. Sharpness +2, critical eye +2, speed sharpening, weakness exploit, critical boost with 382 raw damage with sizable purple sharpness. And afterwards, sizable white and then a whole lot of blue. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a set for the ages. For real men.
Jesus,
Very
I'm
nice.
blushing.
You should be. Because
I
that
need
is a fucking
to.
good
I need to
set.
transmog it though, because it's ugly as shit.
Welcome to my world. Everything I have is fucking ugly. Because
No,
I'm
that
too
sounds
lazy
pretty.
to transmog. No. It just happens to be pretty. It is in no way transmogged. Well, it might be transmogged, but only because I've used pieces from other... No, it's actually totally untransmogged. It just happens to look like this. And I wouldn't
Let's
call
see
it
if
pretty.
I can remember how to use this weapon.
I believe in you.
Come here, you ugly piece of shit.
Pablo says eat for insurance.
Yo, Pablo, you can suck a dick, bro. Yo, what's the combo with this?
So when you... It's basically a bunch of X and then A. And then you want to hold... The most important thing is holding back. So, not holding back. So holding down on the left analog stick, plus holding A. It does a charge attack that prolongs your combo.
Oh. Well, that's
And
cool.
you hit the max damage when it has this little bolt effect.
I'm gonna ban Pablo.
Damn. You're playing a dangerous game, Pablo. I'm pretty sure Rathalos starts here, by the way. In the cave area. Could always be wrong, but my instincts tell me this is the way.
Killing Aptonoth, you know what I'm saying, dude? You
What
know
are you
I'm
trying to get
saying.
from Aptonoth?
Nothing. I was just trying to get a hold of the weapon, like really understand it.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Get a good eye on it. Is he there?
Yes.
Oh, goody. Oh, goody. Come here, you big ugly piece of shit.
That's not very nice. He's the flagship monster of the series. You're calling him
King
a
of
big
my
ugly
ass.
piece of shit. Have some respect. Here I am trying to innocently drink an antidote, and he won't let me. Maybe he should have some respect. King of the skies, more like king of my ass. It's funny, like, I was about to say it before he got knocked out of the air. I tried to make up for it, but it didn't quite work. Yeah, I don't think he's going to last too long. I've got a feeling. Especially with my head locking that I'm doing here. There we go. Hey Vern, haven't seen you in ages. Man, must have been 2 months since I last saw you. Good to see you again. Just saw that I'm live. Yeah, well, YouTube isn't so good with the notifications these days.
I don't know, it notifies me literally every moment that you go live.
Well, it's not
Like
the
the
same
moment
for...
you go live, it's like, hey, guess what? Your buddy's online.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. YouTube knows that I'm your buddy, whereas a lot of my viewers, they only get a notification when I've been live for 1 hour. As soon as an hour takes place, YouTube decides, oh, well, he's still live, I guess we'd better notify everyone. It's really fucking annoying. No, Vernon, I'm not streaming on Twitch anymore for the reason that I can't get both YouTube and Twitch to look good at the same time. I have to choose either for Twitch to look good or for YouTube to look good. And I've chosen YouTube, so I can no longer switch stream to Twitch, which stream plus Twitch equals switch. Never thought of that. But,
Oh shit, I'm so stupid.
at least you're not combining words like I tend to do.
No, I
So
went
for-
to go change, add juice to my vape, and I ended up opening the glass piece, which made all the juice that was in there already just like spill out all over my hand.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too. Guess what I didn't get a single one of?
Flame sack.
Damn, you're quick. You're
Well,
smart.
not really. I had to think about it for a second or two. But maybe capture's better for that. Yeah, Pablo has the bell activated on YouTube, and it's still pretty late with giving him notifications. Just as well you're on the Discord, Pablo. I don't think Vernon's on the Discord. If he wants to be, he can let me know. But, otherwise... yeah. YouTube should not be relied on when it comes to timely notifications. I'm gonna change weapons.
Or for accurate information.
Oh yeah, maybe we could do Kutku for Flame Sacks. I think Kutku ends up being better for Flame Sacks at this point in the game, so let's do that.
That was my
a good
nickname
point.
in high school.
Flame Sack or Kutku?
Flame sex.
Any
Guess
particular
why?
reason why?
Guess.
You have a rather violent ejaculation.
No.
No. You
It's
ejaculate
'cause I got
frequently?
Big old bush of red pubes.
Ah.
I'm kidding. My pubes are actually.
Well, thanks for
brown.
letting us know, Ethan.
My
Thanks for
pubes are
letting-
brown. Just
Okay.
in case anyone wanted to know, I do not have a ginger bush.
We all know more about Ethan than we should.
Absolutely, Vern. Come on through.
Yeah, come on, man. We are sitting here in a room with just the two of us. We are certainly available to you. I will put the room, or rather the hub ID, up for you.
Yeah, we can all roast Pablo together.
Yeah, indeed. Life is interesting. It's almost 4 in the afternoon. I haven't eaten today, but I do have a stomach full of whiskey. So, I don't know. Thank God I have the genes that I have.
Are they like faded?
They're Manx. Isle of Man, bunch of fucking drinkers over there.
What?
Hmm?
You said thank God for your genes.
Yes, I
I'm asking,
know.
are they
Yes, I
faded?
know. I know you made a joke, and I
What's
ignored
special?
it.
Do they pockets? Do they have pockets?
Yeah,
What's
they
good?
have a lot of pockets, and
Are they hemmed? Are they like?
yeah.
Or are they like Daisy Dukes? Are they all the way up to like your thigh? What are you laughing at?
I don't know.
Serious questions need serious answers.
Well, if you want a serious answer, my jeans are Levi's.
I knew they'd be Levi's. Oh my God, you are such a Levi guy. Can you guys believe it? Doomlink wearing Levi's? Who would have thought? What's up, Phoenix? The Phoenix has risen. This suit is so ugly, dude. I have to transmog this thing. ASA fucking P.
ASAP.
P.
P. You're not Aussie until you go E for anything that's like E.
Fuck me.
Fuck me. Well, Vernon, you have not joined the most riveting room. We are... Oh no, not Rathalos, we're doing Kutku, that's right. So it's become even less riveting all of a sudden. We are doing low rank fucking Kutku. Cannot wait.
I'm hungry, but I don't want to eat.
I'm very hungry. Give me the french fries.
Is that your impression of an American?
No. It's a... Do you recall, in like 2012, 2013, there was a funny meme about a video game. It was like a flash game. It was this thing called the Hungry Pumpkin. And it didn't have the P for pumpkin. It was just pumpkin. And it was this, you know, the pumpkin would come over the hill. It was a pumpkin with arms and legs, and he'd come over the hill, and he'd walk into this storefront, and he'd just sit at the table, and he'd be like, I'm very hungry. And then he'd start listing off things to eat, and then you just give it to him. And it was really dumb. It wasn't particularly funny, but...
Do you know what I remember?
What?
Number 15.
Oh
The
no.
last thing you want on your burger is somebody's foot fungus. But as it turns out, that might be what you get.
Yeah. It might be what you get. And of course, it was very funny because Ethan thought that... Well, Ethan thought it was funny that I thought that there was actually some option called foot lettuce. Foot as in measurement. Right? Foot as in measurement. So I had thought that that was a whole lot more creative than it actually was. Whereas actually, no, it was only about a guy standing on the lettuce. I thought it was like... Yeah, no.
He thought that you could go to Burger King and be like, can I have a burger with some foot lettuce? He was so confused.
This is going back 2 years now. I recall very clearly just playing the first Dark Souls on PC, and Ethan's just laughing when I'm explaining why I thought the foot lettuce joke was more complicated than it actually was, and Sam was just so unimpressed. He was like, okay. He thought I was an idiot, and Ethan thought I was hilarious and creative and etc, but actually no.
I see the good in people, you know? What do you want me to do?
This is true. I was just so struck by the opposite
But
ends
you
of
don't
the
want to play
spectrum.
Among Us in Sam's Discord and all of a sudden you're a coward.
Oh yeah, no, that sounds about right. Whenever I don't want to interact with Sam's beautiful little community on Discord, I'm a coward, so...
I hung out
generally,
with them.
yeah.
One of them pissed me off, but the rest of them seemed nice.
I did see you in a voice chat. I was at work watching you in a voice chat with all these people.
It's a little weird.
Well, I wasn't watching you. I saw you for 5
Story
seconds
changes
and
all of
then...
a sudden. Interesting.
Well, yes, the story changes because, you know, we can't always describe things in the greatest of clarity in the moment we decide to describe them, you understand?
This is a skill. You have to develop it. It's like
I do.
training a muscle.
Would you like to train me?
Oh, I would say you're about as good at it as I am, so...
Although I would say that I'm pretty convoluted with some of my explanations.
No, but it was so funny because at the... okay, so I got mad and quote-unquote baby raged because I reported a body and immediately got voted off. And I was like, man, fuck you guys. I'm not doing tasks. I don't care. I'm not doing any tasks now that I'm dead. I hope you lose. And then I went on mute and I just sat there and watched the killers win. Then later on, me and Tyler are basically, it's me and Tyler and Sam and 2 imposters. We didn't know who the imposters were at the time, but we have 1 task left. And we're like, who is not doing this task? We can win. And we're like running around like chickens with our heads cut off trying to figure out who hasn't done this task. And they kill Sam and win. And we find out the whole time that Sam was the one that didn't have a task to do. And I wasn't mad about it. I thought it was kind of funny. But everyone got off after that. And as everyone got off, I was still in the Discord for a minute. Sam got off first. And I said, well, that's classic Sam. And one of them, I don't know which one it was, but this is the one that was pissing me off all night, goes, well, didn't you do the exact same thing earlier? And I was like, yeah. I wanted you to lose because I got voted off for something that I didn't do. I thought it was really dumb that everyone just voted me off on like 0 evidence. And he was like, well, if you did the same thing, maybe you shouldn't call Sam out on it. Or he didn't say it like that. He said, maybe don't call him out on it. And I was like, first of all, dude, I'll call Sam out on any goddamn thing I want. Sam's my friend.
Yep.
And if anyone's allowed to call Sam out on shit, it's me. So
Yeah.
eat a dick.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that guy. I can't remember his name now. This is going back a little while. It was what was his fucking name? He was the guy in the Teamwork Cast Discord who was particularly defensive of one person. It might have even been Sam. I think he was also being defensive of Sam. He was the guy who got us all on Hunsterverse back then. Can't remember his name now. He had a very tropical name. Can't remember what it was.
Okay.
I'm serious. It like when I think back to his name, it reminds me of palm trees and tropical things. Can't remember what it was now. Anyway, he I remember we used to joke about it because It might have been Denver ripping on Sam, and he was like, "Don't hate the player, hate the game." It's like, or it might have been the opposite to that. Anyway, it just reminds me of that. That was a great reference to something that I could not remember at all.
I'm sure that the kid is nice, and I'm sure that he only annoyed me in that moment. But like, I'm sitting there trying to have a good time, and I'm with my friend, and I'm around a bunch of people, and I understand they don't know my relationship with Sam. They don't know that me and Sam have been friends for years, and they don't know that I have carte blanche to say whatever the fuck I want to that kid, and he's gonna stay my friend.
Yeah.
So him jumping up and being like, "Oh, maybe don't call him out on it." It's like, dude, like, you're not gonna tell me how to talk to my friends.
Yeah.
You're not. You don't know my relationship with them. You don't have a relationship with me. That's presumptuous, and you need to chill the fuck out.
This is one of the reasons why I don't associate with his group. It's because it's a different sort of thing. They have a different sort of relationship with him. So.
Well, it wasn't, like I said, it's not something I'm going to hold against him. It's not something that I'm going to, like, carry with me. I just, in that moment, I was annoyed, and that was the only time I got annoyed. But other than that, the rest of them were, like, super cool, super fun. I enjoyed all of them.
That's good.
And that's that. And even if, and I know he's not going to watch, but I hope that if that kid ever sees this particular video, I want him to know that, like, it's nothing personal. Just don't like being told how to interact with my friends at all. Like, I am the one that sets that precedent, not you. Me and he and I, they and I are the ones who set that precedent, not you. You don't have to defend him. He's a grown man.
Yes.
And on top of that, I wasn't even saying anything bad about him. That's the best part. That's the best part. I literally said, well, that's classic Sam, which it is. Classic Sam to meme up the final round of Among Us by not doing his final task so that the crewmates lose. Just for a laugh, for his own sake. That's very classic Sam.
It is.
Not a negative thing.
Did you get the flame sacks that you needed?
I got 1.
How many did you need?
3.
Oh.
Okay.
You try to find the quest.
Hello.
Hello.
I think when it comes to finding quests, I take the cake.
I wish I took the cake because I can't fucking find this cake.
God, dude, she's so awful. I love Kath. Kimmy, oh.
Kimmy.
Kimmy, look at my. Oh, chat, you guys have gotten quiet, man. What's good? Talk to us about your lives, you know? Let us weigh in on what's going on with you.
They like to sit and watch sometimes.
No, I know
That's the way they are.
You know,
it's just as well that I'm very good at talking to myself.
Yeah, you are. God, I can't
If I
tell
were
you how
not,
many times we would be having a long ass conversation. I would just put your ass on mute and let you go, and I'd come back and I'd be like, "Yep, totally."
Yeah, it is a bit like that.
Yeah.
Although when I am in conversation with you, I do expect to have some back and forth. I don't just sit here and talk.
We have a very natural back and forth. I don't think that we have to try at all for our friendship, which is super convenient.
That is convenient. In fact, I don't really develop friendships with people that I need to try with. That's kind of how I operate. It's not because I think I'm better than trying for a relationship that's friend level. It's just that, I don't know. I try to have it be a natural process.
Yeah. Did we find him? Oh, hello. Hello, birdie.
Yeah, I keep on thinking in my head that we're fighting at Rathalos for some reason, so I keep going to the wrong fucking place. So the hunts have not been incredibly entertaining for those who are forced to watch it from my perspective. Although I can't say this is incredibly entertaining either. Start the game, says Ranf Marco. We will try to start the games quicker, just for you. Just for you.
What game?
Dunno. I'm assuming he meant start the hunt. I'm assuming Ranf Marco is one of those guys who says GG at the end of a hunt, instead of good hunt or nice work or something like that.
He seems like a what a saver.
Aren't you a water saver? Haven't we established this?
No, I am
Because
not a what a saver.
listen to me, and you don't seem to be fully prepared to accept this, but I was playing with you in Rocket League, and it was not ranked, it was just casual, and we were going up against a team, and just for fun, you gently said, what a save, in a situation that was not meant to be a compliment. And the other team got real shitty when you did that. And then you had forgotten that you had initiated that negative vibe, and you went real hard on them. And we shat on them, and you were like, yeah, they fucking deserve that one. And I was like, you do realize you started that, right? You want to save
the what a
them.
save. The what a save was a genuine one because someone actually made a good save.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because I don't remember
very
that being the...
specifically.
Okay, whatever.
Very specifically, because I never ever initiate toxicity in Rocket League.
But I don't think you... I think it was just a gentle, fun thing. It wasn't like you actually wanted to fuck with them.
Make them
I don't
feel
know.
bad.
That's
got
how
one.
I remember it. I just remember it being a very cheeky thing that you did, and there was a mutual understanding that you had done a cheeky thing, and then they got real shitty about it, and then you had seemed to forget that.
So
Actually,
I say what a save, being a toxic shithead, and then they start saying what a save back the moment they start like getting goals, and then I just destroy them,
yes.
and then I'm like mad. I got mad in this scenario. I'm like,
You
"No, fuck
weren't
you."
necessarily mad, but you were like you obviously thought that they were a bunch of water saving shitheads and who were bad sports, and you were like, they fucking deserve getting smashed. And I was like, well, actually, you water saved them first. That's my memory of it.
I just saw you eye roll on the stream, like a heavy eye roll. And I don't know what you were eye rolling.
I don't know either, actually. Sometimes I.
But I don't remember what a saving them. I don't, because like I said, that's not something I typically do. The only time I ever would have saved people is if they would have saved me first.
Okay. I'll have to
I mean,
trust
I
you.
might have done it because I was playing with you.
Yeah.
because
Oh,
I
and
was
I don't
competing
expect that you would do it in a normal scenario, just with you and.
Yeah, no, I'm
No.
very good sport.
As I said, it was not intended. It was not malicious. I never said it was. It just seemed like a fun thing to do at the time. And I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. Did you get the flame sacks you needed?
I said I got one.
Again?
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
don't blame me.
I feel bad for Vernon. He came here to hunt with us, and we're doing fucking low rank I was about to say Kurapeko.
You said it. You said it right there. You said he came here to hunt with us. What are we doing?
Which is fucking low rank simple hunts. Why am I eating for this hunt?
You know
Let's
what?
go.
You know what? I'm gonna drink some whiskey right now.
I thought you were drinking whiskey already.
You hear that?
Yeah, I do.
Mmm.
I've got screw tops. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Ooh,
Oh.
that right there. That is
Yeah.
some exceptional whiskey. Oh god, it's so good. I prefer it with some ice typically, just to wake it up. But you know
Not
what?
me.
Straight, it's still pretty good. Not me. I prefer my whiskey straight all the time because I'm distinguished. That's what you sound like.
It's not necessarily being distinguished. It's just like I don't like cold liquid really. I mean, I'll take it for beer. But
God.
hello. Room temperature is ideal. I'm not like here saying I want warm liquid.
No, it's just it just makes me laugh because it's like one of those things that's like I'm not surprised. I'm surprised and simultaneously not surprised that I'm surprised that a human would say that, but for some reason it surprises me 0% that he would say that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, what person in their right mind has decided the journey of their life that, you know what, cold liquid's not for me.
Did you know that Asians, particularly Chinese, opt for warm to hot water because it suits the body better to ingest water that is more in keeping with the body temperature? It in fact promotes liver activity. So I do this weird thing called drinking warm water as a rather prolific drinker, and it's done me well. So there you go. You just learnt something today, Ethan.
I feel
Cold liquid is actually bad because what cold liquid is it's such a different temperature to your body that the body has to work to process it in a way. So it's not that it's bad, it's just that it's better if it matches your body temperature.
well. See,
Yeah.
I'm what they call in the streets a cold liquid linguine. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? I'm a big fan of cold liquids, especially an ice cold, crispy Diet Coke. Oh my god.
wow.
There is nothing better than an ice cold, crispy Diet Coke.
Can you explain to
with
me the difference
melting
between that,
ice.
the difference
Oh.
between that, and an
Makes me
ice
sick
cold
hard just
crispy
thinking about it.
regular Coke? Can you describe to me the difference?
The difference? The taste.
Really? Is that
Yeah.
noticeable?
Yeah, it's hugely noticeable because Diet Coke. Well, all right, I'll start with regular Coke. Regular Coke is very sweet and like it's too thick and it like sticks to your teeth. So like you'll drink 2 of them and then your teeth will like have like this film on them that's very uncomfortable. But with
Right.
Diet Coke is subtly sweet. Okay, subtly sweet.
Ooh.
It's the adjective I would use to describe it is crispy. It's very sharp to the tongue. It's like the difference between like eating a hard cheese and a soft cheese.
No,
It's a hard cheese. See what I'm saying?
I do.
It's mostly a preference thing, but there's also the benefit that it has 0 calories. I know that it's not exactly better for you than
Yeah, it's
regular
been
Coke, but
it has the benefit of being linked to more cancers than regular Coke, so you've got that going for you.
Something's got to take me out. You know, whatever gets me first wins the prize. But
This is true. So therefore,
Diet
I'm not
Coke
too
is-
concerned for your well-being because, I mean, there's
I-
always the
I
chance that you'll be a
love-
champion and get through it like Keith Richards, but
yeah. Well, I'm already a champion. Champ 1 in doubles in Rocket League. I was champ 2, but this update made it to where everything is harder. We're like facing GCs constantly, and
well,
don't
Ethan,
even
I'm
talk
sorry
me about my
to
freeze.
I'm sorry to further negatively influence your opinion on Pablo, but he says that Diet Coke tastes like car oil, whereas
I mean,
regular Coke is too sweet.
That's a preference thing. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that you're wrong. Like, people like their own stuff. People dislike their own stuff. I personally grew up with Diet Coke. Like, it was what my dad drank, so I drink a lot of it because I think it tastes really good.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that my opinion on Diet Coke is like the penultimate understanding. It is not an objective truth that Diet Coke is good. It boils down to whether or not you like it or not. So am I upgrading this thing into the Corona or the
No.
Golden Falchion?
Whatever stays at. Let me just check. 1 minute. Because I was going to say whatever stays at rarity 7, but you're not even at that rarity yet, so I do need to check. I think it should not be Corona, because I think Corona stays at the Rathalos path, but I want to make sure anyway. Okay, so as you're upgrading the Jinn, you should see that there is a rarity 7 upgrade eventually. It's just not unlocked yet. You want to keep upgrading the Jinn until you are able to upgrade into the Golden Falchion.
I can upgrade it now. I just need Gold Raytheon scale +1.
Cool. So Gold Raytheon time.
Yeah, plus. I need plus.
Yeah, that's fine. Gold Raytheon it is. And you know what? For good measure, we can do Hyper.
I switched weapons.
Let's do Hyper Gold Raytheon. I will use Thunder Light Bowgun.
Regular Coke is too sweet, and Diet Coke tastes like Carl. Ethan might be a cyborg. I might be. Might just be.
Yeah, he might be. We're going to do Hyper Gold Raytheon, which will be
Whiskey.
you turn into a dog when you drink whiskey. I do like that that first taste of whiskey in the morning where you go, this is giving me the spice of life. It's always
It's
good.
psoriasis of the liver.
Yes.
That
I
turns?
can't- He just what he doesn't realize is that actually there are people who make rooms to do whatever we fucking want and not. Let's take in turns, guys.
Nah.
I'm gonna say LMAO no. My friend has, he's the guy who kicked Gaijin Hunter, he has a shout that says, does it say that it's a fucking turns room? No, get the fuck out. So, he has a shout for that. He has
Pablo,
a scenario in which...
You're not going to goat me into banning you so that Doom takes away my mod. Alright? If I'm going to ban you, it's going to be for something worthwhile.
Oh dear.
So if you start talking about your wiener, just bet.
No, he's allowed to talk about his wiener. That's allowed.
Wait, what's going to get him banned then?
What's gonna get him banned is actually griefing me. Personally. Like, there's nothing that's really
But he
banned.
can
Okay.
grief me?
It comes down to how the person feels about it. I wouldn't
feel
be
fine
too
with it.
bothered because I know Pablo. He's a nice guy. If he started saying,
Oh,
if
I'm
he
not
actually
actually-
started
I
personally
absolutely
attacking, when I say
adore Pablo.
no, when I say griefing, I mean like personal attacks. I mean like, Doomlink, your hair makes you look like a real dickhead, and then like started going real hard on that.
What if I said that? Because I'm gonna be honest, I've had that thought for a while, but I didn't know how to say.
I don't know. I feel like your constant "you're such a handsome man" comments would fly in the face of that.
Well, just because
Maybe the hair was holding you back. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe I want to see you wearing a bob. Oh, I forgot my affinity oil.
Anyway, usually the only bannable thing would, for example, be turning up into the chat, contributing nothing, and just spamming garbage the whole time. That would be bannable. Because at that point, you're not worth being here. You're better off somewhere else. Maybe in a stream chat for some guy who gets like 30k views per stream. But not here.
But yeah, no, I actually really enjoy Pablo. I think he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's
I
awesome.
think he's sweet. Yeah, I think he's a big old sweetie pie.
He was giving... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I rolled
You're
in...
fucking lame. Oh my god. And you know what? Your hair makes you look like a real dickhead.
Yeah, true. But, like, I was actually anticipating that tail flip. I really was. Because...
I'm on full autopilot, if I'm being completely honest. I'm not thinking about this monster.
Well, you have to be pretty careful with this one, because she will punish you. See, even Vernon's about to get shat on. He almost lost it.
Vernon's too good to get shot on, bro. Don't
Come
even
on.
bother me.
It can happen to the best of us. See? See what I'm fucking telling you? It can happen to the best of us. Hyper,
Whoopsies.
high rank, gold Raytheon, even for G rank players, is not a joke.
Oh, jeez. She's gonna get me.
You're about to
Oh,
get
yeah,
the
we're
poison. Oh, you've got the
we're
poison and stun special. That,
Yeah, no,
wow.
we're done.
Ladies and
done.
gentlemen, can we just have a moment of silence for Ethan's confidence?
Can we have a moment
Not
of
only
silence
did
for
he
your hair?
say, not only did he say that Vernon was too good to die to this monster, he was also like, oh, I'm just going on autopilot, I'm not really thinking about this confrontation. And what did I say? I said, well, you're going to need to start paying attention. As it so happened, my warning
refuse.
came too late.
I refuse to pay attention. Taxes are too high.
Bro hug back to you, pal.
Honestly, I blame Vernon for that, because, let's be real. Yeah, that's, come on, man. You gonna die on that monster? Kinda sus. Left me alone? Kinda sus.
Well, that's fair. You were left alone. I will admit that, of all of us, you were placed in the worst situation. So, you know what? That's fair. You've convinced me with that one. I wouldn't go so far as to blame Pablo for the whole situation, but
You mean Vernon? Or Vern?
yeah, Vernon. Sorry,
Damn, dude.
I was thinking
Pablo's
about Pablo because of his bro hug.
He's on your mind. He's on your mind, bro. He's living in your head rent free.
Yeah, he bro hugged me. I've never been bro hugged by a viewer over the internet.
That should be your new catchphrase. At the end of all your videos, be like, bro hug.
I would like. Well, I was going to make a joke about keeping my lunch in my mouth, but actually I haven't eaten today, so I can't.
Alright, I'm just gonna sit at camp. You guys
Please
carry
don't.
me through this.
You can. No, Ethan. You can contribute. I believe in you.
That would be Doom, Vern. Vern, Doom died first because he has hair that makes him look like a dickhead.
Yeah. Perhaps if I were to have a more trendy haircut.
Bob-like haircut, yeah.
Well, a bob, specifically a bob, maybe I would play Monster Hunter a little better.
Yeah. And I say a bob because a lot of Chinese kids have bobs, so.
Well, that's,
And they also prefer to drink water warm.
that's the key to success, isn't it? You know, I feel like Vernon fucking asked for that one.
Yeah, he did. He really did. He was like, Rathian, get over here, put your spiky ass right in my mouth.
You know, there are certain people who are more susceptible to bad karma than others. I would say Vernon's one of those people who, as soon as they say something bad about someone else, they just get a real fucking reality check. Like, hey, yo, stay humble.
Is that so, Vern? Is that so?
Well, we're all in this together.
I can't even hit the
I
damn
think.
thing.
I believe in all of us.
Ow. That hurt.
There's no autopilot with this monster. Like, I mean, occasionally I do go on autopilot, but I usually get punished. Usually what happens is I'll go autopilot and then I get heavily punished and then I'm like, okay, time to wake up. And then I do the rest of the hunt while paying attention. Like, for example, had I not rolled at that time, you guys watching, had I not actually realized that she was coming after me and rolled at that time, I would have gotten hit. That's it. You've got this tiny fraction of a second to react. And if you don't, that's it. Like, had I not rolled then, again, would have been hit. It's just barely making do with the situation. This monster doesn't fuck around. Uh-oh. Doesn't get
You know
much
what we
worse
ought to
than
do?
Well,
I'll tell you what we ought to do.
yeah.
We gotta drop one of these.
Wait, what are we doing? Oh. Good idea. If there were ever a time, this would be it.
Yeah, get her ass over here.
I chose a fucking stupid place to reload, quite frankly, and a stupid time.
get some good damage out right there. I need to re-up my oil.
Re-oil.
Yeah.
For more... for less frictional wrestling. Oh.
You know, it's funny you say that, because I literally used Mind's Eye oil, so it's kind of appropriate. Guess what?
I believe in you. Hold on, I'm trying to help, I'm trying to help, trying to help, trying to help. I didn't mean to sound like I was, you know...
Catching a
vomiting.
dick in the mouth?
Well, that's another possible sound that could mean.
Oh, I'm so sleepy, man. This is ridiculous. You think
Yeah,
I've never slept before?
If you're already sleepy and you have some whiskey, that's an interesting combination. What it actually does is it lets me survive in the sleepy realm a little longer, but it makes me all the more sleepy while I'm... Because basically, if you're sleepy, right, you just want to go to sleep. But if you get on the whiskey, it's a little entertaining as well. So you're mildly entertained while sleepy, and then eventually you're like, fuck this, and then you go.
Who
to sleep.
died already?
Don't you forget, or did you forget rather? That
did,
Vernon
actually.
died very early on in the hunt.
Vern died first. I was just answering the chat.
Oh. No, Vernon, that was what Vernon asked before we even entered the hunt. That was referring to the previous hunt. Oh my god. Well, you said you were tired. I don't know if you're joking or tired.
Dude, you gotta get better at this.
I'm sorry.
Dude, why am I so sweaty right now?
Because, I mean, if there's gonna be a hunt that you sweat during, it would be this one.
No, I mean, like, I'm sweaty in general. Like, I feel like a foot that just got out of a shoe that worked an 8-hour shift.
I'm sorry to hear that. Must be smelly
Yeah,
too.
it's fucking gross.
Well, is it hot there?
It's Florida, yeah. It's hot here.
Ah.
What does Sword Dance do now?
You want to be close to the monster and have a good opportunity to get a long combo out, because it's not like a ranged attack, obviously. Just sort of. It's a long combo where you hit the monster, basically. There's no other
Get her
real
out of the air.
She's out of the air. Okay, how about this? I'll get her in a trap, and then you can
I
sword
already
dance.
dropped the trap.
Well,
I dropped the trap.
I'm sorry, but I... Okay, awesome. Windcrest
yes.
just... She's helping me out. It's very nice of her to do that. So get ready to do your sword dance in just a moment. Go for it. I see you have sword dance 3.
I do.
Oh, I forgot to bring thunder shots. I'm very reliant on my internal ammo, clearly.
Fucking, what is this, amateur hour?
It is amateur hour. Imagine going Thunderlight Bowgun and not bringing thunder shots. There was a time when that would be the greatest faux pas of all time, and yet you can get away with it here because internal ammo is a thing. If this were portable third, amateur hour would not even be an apt term to describe it. Hey, that's a limping bitch, if I've ever seen one. I've officially decided that female dragons are called bitches.
That's official, is it?
Oh, no. I had to mute my friend on Discord, otherwise he's going to message me 1 billion times while live, and then you're all going to hear it. So I decided to save your ears. That's what that butter sound was.
I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it because you're not listening to me live. You're listening to me Well, you're technically listening to me more live than anyone else, but...
I've got the most live.
I'm more live than anyone.
Dude, Chaos Oil lasts.
It's not going to last very long if you die, though. Now,
Is
is
that
it?
right? Is that right?
Yeah.
I feel like I've learned something new. I think I'm gonna let you guys just kill it. I don't want to walk all the way over there.
No, you need to go. You need to come here so you can carve her. You don't have to fight her. I'm not going to
Sweaty.
force you to engage her in combat, but you must carve her.
Sweaty.
Well, stop being sweaty.
I don't know how.
Well, how about this? You're not allowed to go to sleep until you stop being sweaty.
Oh shit. I'm gonna have to move. Dude, Florida is so good, but so bad. Like, our winters are about 60 degrees, and it's nice and comfortable. But, like, any other time of the year, it's like a fucking sauna, man. It's wet and hot.
Disgusting. High humidity heat is utterly filthy.
I mean, that's what I grew up with. That's all I know. When I went to Utah, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. I feel so comfortable. Even in the cold, I was comfortable because it was dry.
Yep. Dry, or rather, high humidity cold is bloody freezing, and then high humidity heat is fucking hot.
That's why I think it's annoying when people roast people from Florida. They're like, oh my god, Floridians can't handle the cold. And it's like, bitch, I know the 60 degrees is not that cold, but when you add a lot of water to that situation,
Yep.
which the air is filled with, it's more cold.
Fucking cold.
It's a different kind of cold. Like, it's a piercing cold.
Yes.
It's not like that, Jack Frost nipping at your nose bullshit. It's more like Jack Frost kicking you in the nuts.
Jack Frost sticking his massive peen.
All right, stop.
Well, you were leading me
so
there.
Tired of hearing of your Guardians fanfic. Okay, like cut it out.
Yeah, all the time I'm talking about it.
All right, Vern. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for helping us out. You did a whole lot of low rank Cutku. Thank you. I understand that was not the most exciting experience of your life while playing this game, but we appreciate your presence either way.
I do. Deeply.
And good on you.
Now I have upgraded it to the rarity 7, and it needs to become. Do we upgrade it? We upgrade it to the pink one, right? Yes.
No, so you don't want to go to the rarity 10, you just want to stay on the rarity 7 the whole time. So just keep going rarity 7.
Oh, I can't afford it. I probably have to sell some free shit that the game gave me for doing nothing. Actually, I think it's a good time to call it quits on this game.
Okay.
I need to chill. I'll stay on call, but I'm probably done. I'll start it for a minute. I gotta
That's fine.
relax.
That sounds like a good plan. Well, with that in mind, guys, I do thank you all for watching. This has been Doomlink's Life Hunts. This is the first time I've had someone join me for Doomlink's Life Hunts, not that it really matters, but it turned into something of a hunting with purpose towards the end, but yeah. Started off with me wanting to do 3 Ultimate, and then couldn't do 3 Ultimate because no one was playing it, came into this game, didn't really have anything to do, and then Ethan decided to join in, so either way, I do thank you all for watching.
I said out of the blue.
Out of the blue, yes, quite frankly. And it's alright, I mean, it's not that much of a setup process these days. It was before. I remember you asked if you could join in the past, and I was like, no, too much to set up, but I've done it recently, so I can do it again. On command, almost, so it's alright. But I do thank you all for watching. Thanks Pablo, Vernon, and everyone else for joining, including Rant Marco, whose only contribution to the chat was start the game. Yeah, start the game
so
indeed. Bloody hell. Anyway, so aside from that guy, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll